That was uncalled for.
Okay,
yeah.
Good start, guys. You ready for a TPK?
Yeah.
Let's go.
apparently doing a TPK, huh?
I really hope not. Really hope not.
However, last we left our supposed bunch of royal do-gooders, they were preparing in the tavern to embark on a journey southwest from Farak to Loen, accompanying a caravan along the way on their journey further south for some of their more personal missions. Now, the group had prepared the morning. They had eaten their food, drunk of their drink, and prepared the items necessary to embark on this journey. Oh, excuse me. As you guys prepare, Tari had come down, gave a rousing speech, and has led you out towards this caravan. A caravan of what seems to be 4 basic storage carriages and 2 more noble carriages housing the nobles that are to come with you on this journey. You guys yourselves have been supplied with a horse each to ride on this caravan. These horses will then eventually be given back to them once you have finished riding them, but it's so that your poor little legs do not get tired along this far journey.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, but however, as the morning has begun and you guys have prepared yourselves for your day, is there anything else? Is there anything you would like to do in Farak before the inevitable leave from the fortress itself?
Yeah. Can I do like a perception check to see if Desi's is kind of like watching over me now, but more so always watching over me? I wanna try and do something, but I need to see if she can see me right now.
You can't do a perception check, but you could do like a
Religion?
really, yeah. I'm gonna say make an insight check on yourself.
Yeah. Check yourself.
Check yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll an
So would you like me to roll an insight? Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
please. Roll an insight check on yourself.
Am I lying to myself? And then roll a deception against yourself too while you're at it.
11.
Oh, sorry, my thing's lagging. I only meant to do that once. My
That's
fault.
okay. You rolled 11 twice, so no qualms, no quarries. Doesn't seem as if the lady in red is at least in direct visual vicinity.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Can I look for? Is there like writing material around? You know, like some paper or something I can write.
Yeah, I can say you could procure some parchment and paper from one of the huntsmen that's currently doing a stock check of all the items that is being put in the carriage, just to make sure everything's there. And you go over and goes, yeah, here you go. Gives you a bit of charcoal, bit of parchment.
Fantastic. I am going to put that down and start writing. Just to confirm, what am I writing on? Sorry, the
Parchment. You're writing on parchment, which is old-fashioned paper.
All right.
Ye old paper.
Ye old
Sorry,
paper.
guys, I'm just the reason why I'm talking very slow here is because I'm trying to be very careful and not mess this up. I do apologize.
No, you're good.
He's writing a summoning ritual to summon Desi's to the mortal realm.
Yeah.
Fear-
And that's how
Oh,
the
God.
PK starts. Connor's like, I could count on Cripsy to start this encounter.
Well, I
boy.
mean, if you could feel my blood pressure right now.
Alright.
I don't think
okay.
blood pressure is a felt thing.
Oh no, my blood is boiling right now, my bro. I'll tell you that.
You just cook some 2-minute noodles on that blood pressure right there.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, I want to write just the words. We need to talk in private, and then I want to hold on to that parchment and hide that within my person, please.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Quick question. Yeah, I'm just wondering, as a warlock, It says we need spellcasting focuses. Do we, do we need to purchase something or?
No. When Desis gave that to you for at least in this kind of sense, when you guys owed her a favor, because it's only a temporary warlock level, it's a boon given to you by her. The spell focus is that patch of red hair that you were each given.
Right. Okay. Yep. Cool.
Yeah, you finished writing. We need to talk in private. As you're writing it, I imagine like you're doing the very Hidean thing, like you're kind of whispering under your voice. We need to talk in private, and then full stop, and then you do that. But you also hear another voice over your shoulder. We need to talk in private. Huh?
What? What's that?
Turn around and Tari's just looking over your shoulder, like wondering why you're crouched on the ground writing on a piece of parchment. And she goes, whatever you're into, Hidean. Whatever you're into. She just walks off confused as to why one of her mercenaries is not ready on the horse, but is writing on the ground, scrawling on the ground. We need to talk in private.
I'm so glad you didn't ask.
Before the journey, can I say goodbye to my dear loving father?
Yes, you say goodbye to your dear loving father. You go back to the forge, and you can see that he's kind of like looking at the weapon that you had left behind, kind of sketching and making marks on a piece of parchment himself, kind of adjusting size and ratio and weight. He sees you come in and goes, "Well, if it isn't my adoring young son, going off on his first adventure, I tear up at the sight of having to watch you leave the nest."
Just thought I'd say goodbye to you, because, well, who knows? It might be a long time before I come back. The stories of being an adventurer and stuff.
Your father's heart is barely holding on by a string, knowing that you're heading so close to the wellspring where your beep of a mother lives.
Yeah.
But stay strong, young Jet. I will be there in spirit. Take this with you. And he holds out a small little wooden case, kind of wrapped in silver with a little chain lock on it. He opens it up, and there you can see, beep, his hammer that he made with his wife.
Yes.
Take this with you, my son, so that it may see the journeys that you embark on, and if you ever find your mother, throw it real hard.
I will be sure to throw it really hard if I ever see her.
That's my boy.
I'll give him like a big hug.
He just starts squeezing you with these well-muscled blacksmith forearms. It's like crushing grip.
I will attempt to do the same.
This guy is like pure. This guy is like him himself is forged. And like you're getting there. You're a little younger than him, but you're getting there. But this guy has spent like 40 odd years in front of a forge. You know, his wrinkled face and his eyes. And you're like squeezing him back, and he goes, his first squeeze. I'm so proud of you, my son. Now go be a kingsman before I hold you back any longer.
No problem, Dad, and sorry I'm using that weapon there. So walk off.
Goodbye, my son. I love you.
Man, I wish I had a dad like this in real life.
Say it back. Oh
no.
He's like waving and crying outside the door, and a few people poke their heads out to like give you a wave. Bye, Jet. See you, Jet.
We're giving everyone waves.
Bye.
Heading out, like, yeah, see ya.
We'll take care of you, old man.
Appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
I don't know, random cat in the alleyway is like, not everything's happy-go-lucky.
But it's a nice little pat on the cat anyway.
Yeah, the pat's just like, yeah, whatever. The cat accepts it, why not?
Cat is like, this kid's actually got some game.
This kid used to feed the stray cat when he's younger, why not?
Yeah.
Even the cat likes you, why not?
Yeah.
Gives you a little lick with its porous tongue.
My life is sunshine. Now I'm about to
leaves Farrak immediate storm and hail. I want to go home.
I can't hear anymore.
Anybody else?
No.
Excellent. All right, you guys once more recollect yourself at the main gates of Farrak's stronghold and begin your journey southwest to Loen. As this journey starts and heads off, it's going to take you guys around about, I think I said it was about 2 weeks. If you guys travel by road, what's that? It's 9. It's 5. Yeah, so about 2 weeks traveling by road. And you guys had decided that you were going to just stay with the caravan along the road and not head closer to the smoldering boundary, but keep your eyes out on the Svallow Marsh. As you guys begin your trip, Tari had positioned you with Kodiak and Jet at the front, and literally everybody else at the back. Hideon and Malik as far away from her as possible, Equinox to make sure they don't do anything stupid, and she doesn't really care where Hector goes.
Equinox has to find his father.
Equinox has to find his father. And as you guys have been positioned, each of you technically would have a role in this journey, so I would like for each of you to pick one of these roles. Now, a caravan needs a leader, someone that makes sure that the road ahead of them, the scouting party heads off, but they make sure that they communicate with the scouting party, going forward to the scouting party and back to the caravan to make sure that anything, all communications are en route. So who wants to be kind of this messenger, the to and from between the hunting party and the caravan?
Nox.
I mean,
Yeah, I suppose that'd be a job for me.
Alright, so Equinox will be our little message runner. We need someone alongside Tari who is going to be leading the group just in case battle were to happen. Tari would stay back with the caravan while this person kind of commands the hunters and the group in what best to do things. You know, whether chasing people who are attacking or staying and defending. Someone who can make the shots and calls when Tari is not around to do it. Don't all volunteer at once.
Well,
I think Jet or
what?
Jet or Hector maybe. Yeah.
Hey!
What?
Kodiak, how do you feel about being the shot caller?
Oh god.
Cool, blimey, I'm Kodiak.
Yeah, I suppose that's something I could do if that's what's needed.
Yeah, then we can get them to, get to know each other better. That's good thinking.
Ew, great
Ruby.
thinking.
I already know her, but I don't mind.
Is that okay?
Okay, well, if I'm gonna do that, who's gonna be the person protecting the flank of the caravan? You guys are gonna need...
Me and Malik.
Oh boy, someone needs to be our... kind of like the person who makes sure that you're not being trailed. Keeps their eyes on the back of the road, make sure they're not being followed.
I'll do that.
Okay. We've got Hector volunteering as well as Hideon. So Hideon and Hector volunteering to keep their eyes on the flank. Leaving, I guess, the viewer on the front being Jet. So Jet, you'll keep your eyes in front just in case anything sneaks past the scouting party.
Oh, I'm not good at that, but sure.
I mean, there's no one else at the front unless you want to switch places with somebody.
I'll be...
I could always come to the front if you needed an extra person.
That's probably a good idea. Ruby, baby.
There we go. Malik at the front, Jet and Malik keeping eyes on the front, Hector Hideon keeping eyes on the back, Equinox the in-between. We've got Kodiak leading the group on any commands in a more of a fighting prospect, Tari looking after the caravan herself, and the caravan departs from Farak. I'd like somebody, please, to roll me a d10.
I'll do it.
No.
Oh.
Let's all do it.
I mean, you'll all get a chance. You'll all get a chance. 10. The weather on the first day is fine and fair. A soft breeze comes past from the smouldering boundary. A once heated breeze cooled down by the plains that kind of hits you and enters the Svallow Marsh. It is relaxing. It is warm. The rays of sun beaming down upon you. The first day has quite lovely weather. I would like our perception checkers to roll their perception check on any straggler followers or anyone up the front, and I'd like Equinox for you to roll me a athletics or acrobatics check, please.
Damn it.
Why did you roll perception? You
Or a
silly girl?
survival,
check
or a survival check, Equinox.
Okay.
Jet and Malik doing well.
Yeah, I told you I'm not perceptive.
Hideon, roll.
I'm a good one. Sorry.
All right, so Jet and Malik, you guys are facing the front.
Yeah.
Kodiak and Tari, they're just chatting and getting along, and it's a little distracting. There seems to be a flirtatious vibe about it. It's kind of distracting, and the weather's really, really nice and subtle, so you can't help but feel relaxed, the both of you. Hideon is looking behind as best as he can. He doesn't see anything, and Hector didn't roll, so Hector's not paying attention to anything.
I rolled.
Hector rolled. Hector, when you roll from your character sheet, because you literally just rolled 1d20 plus nothing. So you want to roll from your character sheet so it says, your character, what they rolled. No, from the character sheet. On the character sheet, Hector, that says perception, you click on perception.
Oof.
Yeah, click on it. Give it a little click.
Yeah, I'm having a look.
Give it a little clicky click.
Little tickle.
Give it a little prod, a little poke, a little lovin'.
Character sheet, yep.
Yep.
Kind of like to the middle left.
What page are you on currently? Is it like the main one with your health and stuff?
Character sheet, yeah.
Yeah. So then, like, in the skills, which should be like...
You're on spells, buddy. You want to go to the top right-hand corner where it says core, bio, and spells.
Yeah.
Click on core, then scroll down, and you'll see your skills. You'll want to find perception, and click on it.
Heard a roll of some kind.
Like that.
There we go.
There we go.
Excellent. Sweet. So, bring up the rear, Hideon and Hector. You guys don't notice anything following you. Equinox heading in between the scouting party of the hunters and heading back to the group. You do learn that there seems to be some sort of animal tracks up ahead that seem to have headed from the northeast of the Swallow Marsh, the northwest of the Smoldering Boundary down to the southeast of the Swallow Marsh. So just to keep an eye out for any predatory tracks. Yep. You come back to see if they have seen any of these predatory tracks, but unfortunately the party has not. As you guys continue through the first day, it doesn't seem as if any struggles have arrived, and as the caravan sets down to bed for the night, you guys each have your turn to take watch.
I'll take watch.
Go for it. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the perception.
If you'd like to.
Yes.
Okay, so Jet and Equinox take the first watch.
19.
Okay. So close to Farike, it doesn't seem like anything is going to be going amiss. So far, smooth sailing. The first watch passes without anything going wrong. 2 hours eventually pass over, and you guys, it is your turn to head to sleep, and the next two to come up for watch. Who would like to come to watch?
I'll step up as well.
Okay. Hideon?
Yeah, I'll go too.
Okay. Hideon and Hector, you guys wake up and kind of start doing your rounds around, making sure that nothing's entered, nothing can enter, and kind of just walking around the outside of the caravan perimeter, taking your watch. If you'd like to roll me perception checks, boys.
Could I trance too, please, Connor?
I mean, you trance as an elf anyway. That's what it is.
Oh, that's Hector.
Yeah.
Making sure.
Hector, nice. I mean, just to keep it overall as well, it is when you guys are doing it, unless there's like books and stuff and some basic stuff to work, I'm not going to let you blacksmith on the road.
No.
Just to let you know. Hector and Hideon, yeah, second watch goes by without any problems. You guys keeping an astute eye out on the park. Hideon, as you were walking around, you would notice something off near the Swallow Marsh, because the road passes so close nearby. There seems to be a red aura emanating from the dark and gloomy trees within the Swallow Marsh.
Ooh. Sorry, I'm by myself at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. Can I investigate from a distance?
No, investigation is up close. Perception is a distance.
Alright, can I do a perception check first?
You did do a perception check, that's why you saw it.
Oh, I'm trying not to get close, that's all.
You don't have to get close, I'm just saying that you do see what seems to be a red glow emanating from the marsh.
I'm gonna use Eldritch Sight.
Okay.
Can I see or detect anything?
The red glow gets brighter. It's not a matter of darkness, it's more a matter of distance. The tree line is covering whatever it is from inside, but the red glow gets a bit brighter as you use your Eldritch Sight. It just looks like there's a red glow emanating from within the forest.
Okay, could I... do I know how far Hector is away from me?
Depends on if you guys are walking together or if you guys were doing rounds separately.
Could I go and get him and
Sure.
tell him and then potentially
Alright.
approach with him?
Hector, you can see that Hideon is approaching and seems a little bit concerned.
Okay.
Oh, Hector, there seems to be a large red glow just over there by the trees. I'm not too sure if we should approach that. Do you think we should tell the rest of the team? Maybe wake them?
Let's go check it out first, just in case it's not dangerous, and then we're not waking everybody up for no reason.
Ew.
Do you think it's dangerous, or is it just like a glow?
Well, that's the thing, Hector. I'm not too sure, and to be honest, while we're over here dealing with this, I think someone else should be watching as well. So, why don't you go back to the camp, tell everybody else, wake them up, and potentially get them to stand by. Just be on the lookout around to make sure we're not being attacked, or make sure there's no one else around. Yes, get everyone to kind of just be aware a little bit more.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. I would like to approach with caution, very slowly and very quietly.
Okay,
And I'll
roll...
go and wake everybody up.
Sure thing. Hideon, roll me a stealth check, and Hector, you head back to the camp. Who are you waking up?
Everyone. I'll just walk into the room and be like, "Hey, everyone, wake up!"
Okay, so you walk into there's multiple tents. Obviously, everybody has their own tent, but you go to each tent, you kind of give it a kick and wake everybody up. Hideon, yeah, you kind of crouch low, pull your kind of clothes around you, covering up any of your kind of brightly colored accoutrement and hair, and kind of using the darker colors of your armor and your clothing to kind of distort your figure in the grass. And crouching, you slowly start to approach the boundary of this forest. You get to the tree line and you peek inside, and you can see that the red glow has gotten further away from you. The red glow has gotten deeper into the marsh itself.
Okay. With noticing that, I would now like to return back to the base and obviously tell the group about what I've just experienced.
Turning around and looking back towards the base, you can see that when you look at the base, there is now a red glow coming from the base.
Okay. Can I head towards the base, please?
You do. You start heading back, and eventually you guys have been woken up by Hector. He seems just like something's going on. He's just waking you guys up, getting you ready.
I'm still asleep, by the way.
Oh, okay. Jed is ignoring and staying asleep. The rest of you guys, there's nothing wrong with that. But the rest of you guys would see Hideon returning.
Hello, everyone. Sorry to wake you. Look, I think it was best that maybe I explain what I've just seen. There seems to be a red glow kind of following me, or maybe us. Can anyone else see the red glow?
Who's awake?
Equinoxes.
Mm-hmm.
Me, of it, yeah.
Yep. Malik?
Can anyone see the red glow around the base, or maybe further along the trees there?
You guys can all, whoever's awake can roll me a perception check.
Yeah, I just got off watch. I'm not going to sleep.
I got blurry eye, ho.
Yeah, you guys are like looking around, blinking in the dark, kind of rubbing your eyes after being woken up, but you don't see any red glow.
Can I take maybe Equinox? To kind of go
You'd have to ask him.
to where I originally. Hello, Equinox.
Yes.
Is it at all possible? I kind of need another set of eyes here. You see, this red glow seems to be in the woods, and it seems to be moving erratically, and I want to make sure it's just not me seeing it. Do you mind coming to have a look too?
Fine, let's go.
Okay, you guys head to the outskirt of the encampment and look into the forest. And Equinox, you do not see any red glow. You just see a dark, manky swamp ahead of you.
I don't see anything, Hideon. You're... What? I don't understand why you woke me.
Can I see it?
You do. You see the glow is now back where it was, the same distance when you originally saw it from the camp. Kind of just in the boundary of the forest. A kind of
Okay.
dimly lit red kind of glow just at the edge of your vision.
Well, Equinox, I swear to you, it's right there. I can see it, the red glow.
There's
If-
nothing here. And I start walking back to the camp.
All right.
I kind of, chase after him. Equinox, please, you have to believe me. Listen, I think this red glow wants me to go towards it, and as much as I want to, I also don't think it's a good idea. But if I was to, I'm thinking maybe all of you should, keep an eye on me in case something goes wrong.
Red glow, does that not sound familiar to you?
Yes, of course it sounds familiar, Equinox, but I'm trying to be smart about this. I was kind of hoping maybe you could all see it and whatnot. But do you think I should go to?
Get out there, shut up.
Go ahead then, I'll wait here. And I'll just wait in between, like, the camp and wherever he's trying to walk to.
Yeah, Kodiak comes over as well to kind of because it is time for him to do his watch alongside you, Equinox, and kind of just comes and sits down next to you.
Yeah. So I'll walk towards the red glow now, knowing that obviously I'm being watched by my team.
The closer you get, the further away it gets. It stays just at the edge of your vision at all times, and as you approach the forest, when you get to the edge, you can see that it is retreated further into the forest.
All right. Can Equinox still see me kind of clearly from where I am? Am I able to shout from that distance?
You can shout. It's about 100 feet away from the camp.
Okay.
They're not going to camp too close to this fallow marsh, so he doesn't have the best dark vision on you, but can kind of see your shadowy outline at that distance.
All right.
As he's like, moving, can I just kind of keep him with it in visual range, I guess?
Yeah, sure thing. Easy enough.
Yeah,
You stay within
yeah,
60
cool.
feet of him.
Cool. Yeah, because I was gonna turn around and kind of yell out and. The red aura, it keeps moving away. I'm gonna keep walking towards it.
Kodiak
Make sure
puts
you
his
can see me.
fingers to his lips, trying to shut you up because everybody else in the camp is trying to sleep.
All right, I'll keep walking towards the red glow now.
Okay. You,
And I'll just trail him.
you enter into this fallow marsh. How long do you want to follow it for?
Oh. Look, I'm not gonna follow it the whole way. Like if it keeps moving forward for the next, I don't know, the next minute to 2 minutes, I'm not gonna follow it anymore. It just sounds a bit silly.
Okay, well, so about 5 minutes go past with you eventually heading in. Hector, Kodiak, and Equinox keeping their eyes on you from behind. And the closer you get, the further it just stays just out of reach. The boundary of your vision, the precipice of your vision, always staying directly in front of where you're looking is this red glow. And the more you head into this marsh, the stays at the same distance, stays at the same range. You aren't either gaining on it, nor is it being able to go away from you.
Do you mind if I just do a perception check as well, just to make sure that we're...
Go for it. Yeah, you have advantage. I'll give you advantage because Kodiak is assisting you.
Alrighty then. Oh, that's persuasion. I should just hit advantage. Okay. It's alright. Yep.
19? Okay. No, you don't see red glow. You see a couple of animals kind of spanning the area. You know that the druid geriatrix is a resident of these woods. So you see a couple of ravens kind of fluttering around the upper treetops. You do see a couple of scaled creatures near the waters of the marsh, knowing that these are the giant crocs that you guys had to fight earlier on, but they seem to be kind of either asleep or leaving you guys alone, giving you a wide berth.
Yep.
But yeah, no red glow, and Hideon is kind of just ducking behind a tree and then kind of going to the next tree and looking around the corner, but he's kind of looking around frantically and wildly.
Okay. With that being said, I'm going to turn around and approach Equinox again.
Mhm.
So I'll walk up to him. I don't think it's a good idea that we should keep following it. I mean, I don't really know what it is, and the further we go, the further we are away from the rest of the team. I'm thinking maybe we should go back.
Well,
What
I
would you
can't
say?
see what it is that you're following, so yeah, let's go.
I start walking back to base with everyone.
Okay, Malik, seeing that you are awake and nobody's on watch, I'll get you to roll me a perception check. Seeing as most of the party just left the camp asleep and unattended. Okay. You do watch. You're standing there. You're kind of like left behind. You watch as Hideon just enters the forest, enters the marsh. You then watch as Equinox and Kodiak follow behind. Everybody else is asleep, leaving you as the only person awake, and you're looking around like, well, this camp is just unguarded now. And you see a red glow approaching from the marsh.
I see a red glow approaching from the marsh.
You do.
Is it familiar at all?
It gives off a very... I'd say from this distance, you wouldn't know. It's just a red glow coming from the marsh.
I'm just gonna observe it from afar, just so I'm making sure the camp's safe.
Okay. It gets closer and closer. Eventually you would see the red glow appear with Equinox and Kodiak by Hideon's side. The red glow itself being a strange aura that Hideon is seeming to put off his body, kind of stemming from where his eyes are. And you can see his iris is kind of a bit bloodshot, kind of glazed over, slightly tinged red. And he's kind of just heading back to the camp. You guys arrive back at camp, Hideon, Equinox, and Kodiak. Malik, you see this strange glow coming off him.
Are you feeling okay, Hideon?
Well, I feel fine, but I keep seeing this red glow. I kept trying to follow it, but I feel like if I keep following it, it's gonna take me very far, far away. I'm not too sure what it is. So I thought I'd come back, just in case, the camp was in trouble. Thought it might be best.
Have you experienced anything like this before?
Well, I mean, a red aura as such, maybe yes, but nothing like this. I mean, this is just completely next level.
I walk up to Hideon and I, without touching him, because I don't want to do that again, I just look at him dead in the eye and just say,
Maybe it's probably best you get some rest.
At that very moment, could I please grab out that parchment, very sneakily, very quietly, and put it in my right hand, and then I'm going to go to shake Malik's hand and say, "You know what, Malik? I think you're right." And hopefully he reaches out to that to grab the parchment.
You see he goes to shake your hand, Malik.
I look down at the hand and I say,
Maybe it's best that we keep our contact to a minimum.
and I'll nod to it, and then go back to watching.
Yes, of course. And then I put it back hidden away on my person.
Roll me a sleight of hand check. Equinox, roll me a perception check.
Wow.
Equinox, you see that he's got this piece of paper in his hand, and he goes to put it in his pocket, and then he drops it on the ground, like by your feet.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up. It's a piece of kind of folded up parchment.
And I'm just gonna hand it back to him.
Yep.
He drops something.
Oh, thank you, Equinox. Appreciate it.
Excellent. And as you guys head back to your sleep, Equinox and Kodiak finishing the final watch. If you guys could give me a perception check with advantage, please. Equinox.
Just forgot to hit advantage. That's all right.
22. Yep. The rest of the evening goes by without any hindrance. No red glow. No malice towards or intention towards your camp. And as the morning rises, the caravan once more sets off. Now the caravan continues to travel from Fariak to Loen, heading towards the junction point where you could either head to Nuar or Loen. The next 6 days out of the first week's journey is pretty uneventful. Changing around, getting your watches, the back of the watch, having a look behind them, the front of the watch, having a look in front. Equinox being the messenger, you guys go over the plains, crest the hills, and follow the kind of shoddily done road from Fariak southwards. The weather stays fine and eventually kind of comes into be a bit chilly the closer you guys get to Loen. And as you guys continue to travel, Kodiak and Tari having some time to kind of chat amongst themselves at camp time throughout the evening, the rest of you doing whatever it is you would like to do throughout the evening, but eventually a week has passed and you guys make it to the... are arriving on the 7th day to the junction point, kind of afternoon junction point where you guys hit this kind of T-intersection in the road. Now I'd like our forward-looking eyes to roll their perception checks, please, and our rear-view eyes to make their perception checks. Equinox, if you can make your survival, athletics, or acrobatics check.
Survival, my bad.
Oh yeah, Malik, my boy.
Okay, so Malik and Jet. Well done. Hideon and Hector. Hideon not so well. Hideon...
Was that 2 nat 1s in a row?
Yeah. Hang on.
It was.
Hideon, could I have you come into Whispers, please?
Oh, okay.
Alpha channel.
Hello there.
Hideon. Throughout the entire week of this journey, you found it strange that you see the red, but it's not just at nighttime now. The morning you wake up, the red is still there, in the distance, always out of reach, seemingly the same distance away from you. No matter where you look, there is a red glow in the distance. The last 6 days have been stressful because no matter how much you travel, no matter how far you think you've come to getting closer to this red glow, you in fact do not get closer to this red glow. It is forever at a distance, forever on the precipice of your vision, almost blurring and drawing your vision to it, distracting you from the outside world. It starts getting in your way at first. Obviously, you're trying to look around and get a good perceptions, but in the end, where people are relying on you to be the eyes at the back, and, you know, Hector is looking out and trying to converse, you just can't see anything but this red glow. You can see things on the outskirts of your vision, but it's almost as if it's staying further away, but slowly just encapsulating the horizon in red. Further and further, kind of shrouding everything you see in this tinge of red, this red glow, this sickening blood-like tint to the horizon.
Okay, so is it full 360 all around me?
By the time it reaches the 7th day, it is full 360 all around you. Like, no matter where you look, there is just red tinted blood horizon everywhere.
And so it is quite far away though.
It seems like you could reach it and grab and touch it, but no matter how far you travel, you don't seem to be getting closer.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
We'll jump you back into general chat.
All right.
Here comes the spider queen.
Hector, you see nothing from behind you. However, in the distance, Jet, you would see this probably about 30 minutes later. But Malik, you get this sense that something ahead is wrong. Something seems off, something seems strange, something seems as if trouble is amiss ahead of you. As the caravan slowly approaches, you see that in the distance at this fork, there seems to be a juncture where there is a caravan set up on the northwest side of this little road here, this little V shape here. There seems to be a set up caravan tent area where people are kind of resting at this area after a journey. It's not uncommon for others to travel roads, obviously. But something seems off about this caravan. There seems to be damage, and you can see this from quite a great distance only because you get this sense of urgency. And it feels like this caravan is kind of in danger. Something about it seems wrong, seems off. There's a certain urgency about this place and then how it looks and it feels with a natural 20. It looks damaged from a distance, and the closer you look, it seems that there's scratch marks, bits of wood scattered everywhere, kind of chunks of rock and stone scattered across the ground. It seems as if something has happened here recently, quite recently, and reoccurring, that has been damaging the road and what seems to be whatever this caravan group is.
Alright, I yell out to everyone.
Alright, everyone. Be on your guard.
And then I'm gonna get my longsword
And
and summon it into existence.
summons into your hand a beautiful gilded longsword, orange bound wraps at the bottom, what looks to be a very cradle-like crosspiece on your longsword, and a beautifully long, slightly orange glowing blade. As you say this, Tari kind of holds her hand and the caravan stops and she goes, "What's wrong?"
There's something wrong up ahead. I'm not sure, but something is not right here.
As he says that, can I summon my familiar and turn my frog into a bird and send that over for?
Oh, that's smart.
You can. As you start beginning to... Well, actually, you can't, because you're at the back of the caravan. You got a natural 1. You don't notice anything. You're not currently
can I not
there.
hear him say that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're at the very back. However, we can mitigate that, because Tari says, alright, well, Malik, if you can collect the others and see what you can find out, I'll stay here with Kodiak and the hunters, and we'll keep our distance, and let us know what you find.
I assume that I'm with, like at the front with Tari, sort of between her and the scouts. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you're kind of between her and the scouts. The scouts are kind of more off to the sides, making sure nothing comes in from your left or your right, nothing comes from the smouldering boundary, nothing comes from the fallow marsh. Whereas Jet and Malik are like, make sure nothing comes from the front, and Hector and Hideon make sure nothing comes from the back. So you're at the front with the others at this point.
Yep.
I give a nod
Jesse.
and I'll walk back to get the 2 guys at the back.
Okay, Hector, Hideon comes to collect you. You guys kind of regroup back at the front. Kodiak staying with Tari and informing the nobles of what's currently happening and why they have halted.
Alright.
Jet's just enamored with how Malik has just pulled a sword out of his butt. Just like, where did that come from?
It's also got like on the top, just above the hilt at the beginning of the blade. It's got like a soft burning coal like carved into the blade.
This is artistic genius.
Now,
Enamored.
now being there, could I summon my familiar?
You cast Find Familiar, so knock off a first level spell slot.
Yep.
Because you are changing the familiar. And you send your bird over. It is a larger distance than the range needed to still be in communication with your familiar. I think it's 100 feet for you to be able to see through your familiar.
Yeah.
So you'd need to get a bit closer.
I think it's 120 maybe.
We'll have a look at the spell and give me the correct thing. I'll see if I can find it here. Hideon Peacefail. Hideon Peacefail. Hideon Peacefail.
So like, Malik, how did you get that sword out of nowhere? Like,
I look over.
I'm sorry, what?
you know, the sword. You know how it like kind of just it was there.
Ah, I see. You see, I'm blessed by Hessa to fight and protect in her name, and in pledging this allegiance, she allows me to summon weapons that have been blessed by her.
Oh, can I have a look at it?
Yeah, I'll let you examine the sword. I won't let go of it though.
No, I'm like having a look at the craftsmanship, just because they're looking for the spell. So I feel like
Yeah.
we're filling in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also trying to find it. Here we go.
That's all good. It's a pretty dope looking sword.
Hideon, do you have the spell up?
No, I just have it written down.
Casting time is 1 hour.
Yeah.
So it'd take you an hour to summon it.
Can't you find familiar? Isn't that for the ritual? Or?
That's just casting time. Is
casting
an hour.
time.
If he's got it out, he can just summon it from a pocket dimension up and away. But he hasn't specified that he has had his Find Familiar out since like 4 or 5 games before. So
Okay. No, that's fair. That's a fair call.
so it would take you an
at this
hour to
point, I'll
summon
just
it.
Summon it. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so you
fine.
start
I'll
preparing the ritual to summon Find Familiar. As you do, you're summoning it into a winged creature. What kind of winged creature would you like to summon it as?
Can I do like an eagle?
As a warlock, eagle isn't particularly more of a warlock thing. You're looking more at like crows, ravens, probably an owl, stuff like that.
He had an owl last time, I remember.
Yeah, I did. I'm just trying to think which bird has the best vision. Maybe now. Yeah.
Okay, sure, like a dark feathered owl. Totally fine. So you start spending an hour doing that, and you guys watch as he starts preparing a spell. And it's while your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can see and hear whatever it is seeing and hearing.
No, it says that he can only communicate with it. It It doesn't specify that he can't see through it. He just can't command it.
When your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special sense that the familiar has.
Yeah.
Because I know that's how Critical Role uses Frumpkin.
Right.
He can give the command, but he can't command it if it's past 100 feet.
Spoiler alert. Who's Frumpkin? Nah, jokes. He's the true enemy. That's my father.
My father.
The ginger cat.
Frumpy, please.
No, I'm gonna say because you can't telepathically communicate with it, then if it's specifying that you can't telepathically communicate with it, then also why would you be able to telepathically watch and see through it if you can't communicate with it? If there is a specified range there, I'm just going to stick with the range as its abilities. So I'm just going to say that now. I'll figure it out later, see if I change it. But for 100 feet, you can telepathically communicate, command it, all that kind of stuff, and see through it. But it's 100 feet, so we'll stick with that for now.
No dramas.
But it will take you an hour to summon that. You begin doing. I say you got like 15 minutes out of the way as these guys are talking about pulling swords out of people's butts.
Yeah. I'm just really confused.
But as he's casting a spell, is anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I just want to sort of like see why we stopped. I mean, do I see why Malik is?
Yeah, Malik points it out, I'm sure, as he brings you guys together, and you guys can see that there is what seems to be a damaged caravan group that's kind of made like a protective ring around themselves, and has seemingly been attacked quite recently and quite a few times. They're seemingly having some trouble with some sort of attack.
That's... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, now?
You don't see anything going at this second, but Malik, you got the sense that something urgent is happening.
Oh, if I got the sense that something urgent is happening.
I did say urgent quite a few times.
Yep. I'll look at Hideon and say,
Don't worry about that right now. We gotta help them now.
and I'm gonna signal with everyone to follow me to see if they will.
Alright, I'll follow.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
follow.
not going as fast as I can.
Very, very cautiously.
Oh, I was going.
So Jet starts running.
Over here!
Can Equinox approach Tari
Sure.
and just ask her, are we bothering with these people or do we continue?
She looks at you and she goes, well, you are Kingsman. As long as a caravan gets to where it needs safely, I don't mind if you help others on the road.
Connor, this is so cool.
This is actually really dope, yeah.
It is excellent.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah, it's an awesome isometric map pack from a Patreon gentleman. I'll have the link in the description after the game. But yeah, you can build your own little isometric map packs. You got these little things there, so you guys have your characters that you guys will be able to control momentarily. But yes, Tari gives you the all clear to help other people, if need be. But also be careful. This could be a trap.
Cool.
But yes, Kodiak is staying behind, so I'm just going to pop him down there. But yes, you guys can approach this camp, and you guys see what seems to be 5 dwarves shouting to each other from either side of what seems to be 2 very sizable rocks with a lot of rock chunks kind of fallen off them.
Alrighty.
Can I kind of approach from a different position to where everyone else went? So
Sure.
I went back to Tari and,
Sure. Yeah, where would you like to approach from if you just point your arrow in that direction?
I guess wherever there's more cover visually.
I mean, you can see the map. Where would you like to come from?
I'll just sort of head in this direction if that's alright.
Yeah, sure thing. Roll me a stealth check, please.
Well, I just pressed. Oh, I did. Okay.
So you guys can now control your characters, and you can place yourself where you would like to be on this side of the map, where you are.
I said I was running forward, which means I'm charging ahead.
Sweet as, love it.
I,
Equinox, yeah, probably coming in from these trees, probably a little bit further down there.
Yep.
Can I... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you guys can control your characters. Put yourself where you'd like to be.
Could I do a perception check? Just kind of do like a full kind of 360 sweep from just where I am?
Yeah, go for it, by all means.
yeah, I'm looking forward.
Ooh.
20, you see what seems to be a large wagon of caravans up here. These different caravans are kind of placed there and kind of just stagnant on the ground. They seem to have sustained quite a fair bit of damage, and there are items along the ground. 6 tents kind of put up and around the area, as well as these little secondary things that look to be put up as a wall. Parts of the caravan that have been made into a makeshift wall, so there's at least a defensible position on the inside here. The road itself kind of travels down this way and then up this way, and then there's a road that goes down this way through this kind of marshy, swampy area towards Noir.
So can I see kind of, potentially any enemies from where I am? Or...
Doesn't seem to be any enemies, just 5 dwarves yelling at rocks, a couple of caravans, nothing else that seems to be a living creature. You could probably see Equinox over here trying to be stealthy, but slugging just like through the marsh.
Could I activate Eldritch Sight?
Eldritch Sight, is that the Dark Vision one, or is that the...
No, Detect Magic.
Detect Magic, okay. Is that 20... That's within... Detect Magic is 20 feet, so you wouldn't detect any magic within 30 feet?
30 feet.
Okay. You wouldn't detect magic within your range anyway, 20 to 30 feet.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I have Detect Magic too, so...
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, nothing within 30 feet. It stays up for 10 minutes, so I'll let you know if anything within 10 minutes peeps your spell.
I'm gonna walk up and say to the dwarves,
Hello. Are you okay? Is there anything we can do to help you?
Oh, yeah. Where would you like to move yourself to?
about here.
Alright. You see one of the dwarfs pops up and goes, Alright. Who are you? What are you doing here, huh? You here to cause us more trouble?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by more trouble.
What do you mean you're not sure? You look like the kind that cause a lot of trouble. Hey boys, it looks like we got some trouble over here. When you say trouble? I think it's a trouble. These doors kind of start approaching from around the rocks.
I'll come up and stand next to him here.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
try to offer support and say, no, we mean no trouble.
Oh, it's alright. Well, you definitely look like trouble. The 4 of you and that one over there hiding in the trees. You here for our stuff, huh? You been sent by those bastard elves, have you?
I'm sorry, I do not know what you mean.
You can see Hideon approaches a little bit too close and they all start pointing their weapons. One of them has a pick and they're all like, oh, you hold yourself there, pretty boy. Don't you come any closer.
Sorry. I don't mean any harm, sorry. I'm just hard of hearing. I couldn't really hear you.
Yeah, hard of a few brain cells.
Looking at their camp, do we kind of know what kind of dwarves they like specialize in, like in terms of trading and stuff?
Well, I mean, dwarves are rare in these parts anyway. There's just a lot of stuff. There's giant chunks of rock and ore. There are building materials for what look to be forges and smithies and, kind of casting areas for weapons and all that kind of stuff. These just look like dwarves who seem to be setting up shop somewhere that isn't here.
Oh, are you guys part of a guild by any chance? Merchants guild, stuff like that?
No, your bloody kingdom doesn't allow dwarves to be part of their kingdom. Oh, no, we're not.
You guys look like you're pretty good craftsmen, though. I mean, those weapons look awesome.
Look at him trying to butter us up thinking he can get our stuff, huh? You trying to butter us up like bread? Do we look like bread to you?
No, you guys look like formidable dwarves, I mean, I'm a blacksmith myself, so it's understandable. Like, good craftsmanship with the eye.
The blacksmith, you say?
Yeah.
You see like you're a few inches short of a willy to be a blacksmith.
Well, what can I say? I'm young, still learning.
Alright. Blacksmith.
A little closer, seeing as they seem to have noticed me anyway.
Alright. What brings you and your caravan this way?
Currently helping with a supply drop for the nearby town of Farag.
Farag, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, alright. Alright, man, it doesn't look like they're here for trouble. Oh, not here for trouble. Alright, not here for trouble. We'll get back to work then, shall we? They start going back to banging on these rocks in the middle of the road. This dwarf kind of approaches you and goes, Alright, blacksmith. Well met. Extends his hand to shake yours.
I'll give him the proper handshake greeting, because I assume my dad's dealt with dwarves before too.
It's just a handshake.
The proper handshake. It's like, because dwarves usually like.
It's just a handshake.
Yeah, it's just a regular handshake.
It's just a regular old handshake. He goes, What are you doing? It's just a handshake.
I mean,
Just
you
shake
never
my hand, kid. No need for the
Okay.
dance.
know. I'll give him a handshake.
Right, so what brings you down from far out with this caravan? You're not here to cause trouble, then what are you here for?
We're currently helping our own caravan get to it's Loen, right, guys? Loen? No,
Loen, that's that town near the bastard hills, ain't it?
Yeah, got to get supplies for Far Reich, you know.
Ah, boy, oh boy. Well, you're gonna have a bit of trouble now. You can either go around our caravan past the smouldering sands, or you have to wait a few days because these bloody rocks are in the way of the path, suddenly come out of nowhere, shooting up out of the ground like no tomorrow, stopping us and killing some of our livestock, and then wouldn't you know it, things start coming out of that bloody marsh over there and attacking us.
Jeez. What kind of things? I mean,
Lots of things. Dangerous,
Anything?
troublesome things.
fair enough. I mean, well, we'd like to stick to the roads, so maybe perhaps we can give you some help, you know, safety in numbers and all that.
Don't know about help, you look a bit wee in your muscle there, boy. Don't think you can even carry your own loins, if I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, that's up to what you think, but who knows? The stronger guy's behind me as I like point to Hector, who's like this big. Is he like a bulking half-orc, isn't he?
Yeah.
Aye, I see a half-orc. You travel with one, do you?
I mean, no harm. And I don't like being an orc either.
Well, that's a bit weird. You don't like being yourself. I mean, each to their own. I don't like orcs anyway. These bastard raiders taking our stuff all the time when we're trying to get to places and live our lives.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Half-orc. Let's see if you got a swing in that arm of yours.
All right, let's sure. I'll start moving. Like, do you mind if I help too?
By all means. Go on, blacksmith.
Too easy. Knock it out.
Waddles behind you in his little gown. Poof, poof,
Yeah, he is.
poof. Little gown and shield.
I'll come up too.
Alright, you guys come up and approach. These rocks suddenly come out of the ground out of nowhere. We thought, first of all, maybe it was just like an earthquake, but then the ground should have like broken apart, not come up at us. So not particularly sure why that happened, but it's just your normal rock. Pretty strong and in the middle of the road. And then when the rock attacked, these sorts of creatures come out from the marsh and start attacking us at dark time. You know, we're trying to sleep and eat our food and not be attacked, but suddenly these things come out and start harassing us and giving us trouble. So we scare them off and knock them back. For the last 3 nights, however, we've been attacked every night in succession.
I approach closer to try and just kind of detect anything around this range.
Nothing magical.
Okay.
Alright, boys. These fellas here are going to give their go at a rock. Move aside. Alright, we'll move aside then. And move to the other side.
Overhearing some of this conversation, could I potentially look for any sort of like tracks of any sort of
Yeah.
creature, humanoid, monster?
Roll a survival check. You can see one of the huntsmen comes over. Aye, Jet. Is everything alright?
Yeah, it's fine. Just seems these guys are having a bit of rock trouble and getting attacked, so we thought we might help them out, you know. Also clears a path for us and everything.
Fair enough. Hail, Master Dwarf. You mind if we approach further with our caravan? Oh, it's fine if you're with the blacksmith here. Aye, we are. Alright, bring him up. You can park alongside ours. Just be careful not to get attacked, will ya?
I am the orc.
Alright.
That mic's not.
Okay, Josh is just talking to himself.
I
Hunter,
am the orc.
I am the orc. Hunter's son goes off and collects the caravan, and they start approaching and kind of setting up their caravan for the night just by the dwarves. But yeah, you guys are in front of the rocks. What do you want to do?
So what I'm gonna use is my mystical blade. Because it's basically a pure energy of force energy to try and like break off like chunks of the rock with like some swings with that, because it won't damage any weapons, but since it's pure energy, it'll like hopefully help with start clearing it.
Okay, give it a go. Take a
19 for survival, by the way.
19. You do see tracks on the ground. What seems to be large kind of padded paw prints, possibly wolves, maybe even dire wolves, but lots of tracks of smaller sets of paw prints, a pack of some kind of canine creature.
Okay.
Seem to have attacked these dwarves at night time.
Any indication as a potential number or?
No specific number, but there is a large group of them.
Okay.
A lot of the tracks kind of overlap each other. Overlapping, going past, going through, so it's hard to get a number because it's been 3 attacks in a row so far, so there's a lot of overlapping tracks. That could be, you could count like 50 of them, but it could just be the same 25 attacking twice, you know what I mean?
Okay. Can I inconspicuously trying to get over to Malik because they mentioned elves and I'm obviously elf. I don't want to sort of cause any ruckus. Can I just go over to Malik?
Jet's also a half-elf and they don't seem to have any problems with him at the moment.
Okay. I'll come over and just relay some of the information then.
Okay. Letting them know, and the dwarf's like, that's right, yeah, no, wolves would be it. These big gnashers and these claws on their arms and are swiping and biting all the time. I've got a bite mark on my ass if you want to have a look.
Do you happen to get a number or how many of them might have attacked you?
No, but they did get Reeves.
Reeves.
Yeah, he's dead now. There was 6 of us, and then they got Reeves, and now there's 5 of us. So, that's alright, Reeves was old. It was his time. He's fine, he died with honour. Battling, protecting his buildings, his construction, his weapons. He fought a fine fight before he passed. Bless his soul under the mountain. 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 Bless his soul under the mountain.
Bless the soul on the mountain.
I like you, half-orc.
Yeah, that's a Moldova thing, isn't it? Oh, not exactly.
No, that's just a dwarf thing.
Dwarf thing, yeah.
They generally live in mountains.
Yeah, true.
GM by now, so would my familiar be ready?
No, because you stopped casting it.
Stopped it.
Oh.
It's 1 hour of uninterrupted casting. Not casting and walking and talking and casting. It is concentrating on casting the spell, and the spell stays up with you. So once the spell's up, you'll be good. But it's an hour.
Sorry?
Yeah, you can concentrate on doing it.
Okay. Yeah, can I just concentrate on that?
Sure thing.
Mind if I sort of just like patrol the camp or just the area around?
Hey, that's fine as long as you don't touch our stuff.
24 to hit the rock, by the way, Connor.
Yes, I think you've seen that the rock has changed as you guys give a decent to the rock, and a bit of the rock falls off, and a couple of the dwarfs grab the crumbled rock and take it away. And he's like, "Well, you got a bit of a swing on you there, blacksmith. Those puny arms are at least good for something." Hey, very nice, very nice. All right, dwarves, back to work, you lot. Let's get this up and going before supper. All right, let's do it. And they start ting ting. Ting 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 ting. Who else is helping?
I'll help.
Okay, Hector, give me a roll.
Strength check.
Are you just punching the rock?
He's lifting it, actually. Didn't you know?
If he wants to try and lift the boulder.
What would help?
Well, it depends on what you want to do. Do you want to like lift and move the rocks? Do you want to attack it with a weapon or an object? Do you want to push or pull the rock? What is it that you?
I'll try lift it up.
Okay, go for it. Roll me a athletics check then. As you come over to these kind of smaller boulders over here with this dwarf that has the pickaxe, and he's kind of like using the pickaxe to drag the rocks off to the side.
Go on, Hector.
Not good.
That's okay.
3. Okay, so you've come over and you start dragging. You're like pulling as hard as you can, And this rock, God. You feel like this rock is just not budging. Maybe it's like deeper in the ground, and so you start digging around the rock, and you try pulling, and eventually the dwarf is like looking at you like, "Are you alright?"
Yeah, I'm fine. That's really in there.
He kind of goes over to the rock and just picks it up, and then moves it to the side.
I loosened it for you. There you
go. Whatever you say, half-orc, whatever you say. Alright. Well, you're either on my way, or you're gonna start helping. He goes back and start dragging the rocks away with his pick. Tink.
Have you got a spare pick that I could use to help?
You want to use my pick, do you?
Not your pick, a spare pick.
I don't have a spare pick, but you can use my pick.
Alright, sounds good.
If you break my pick, I'll break you.
Done deal.
Alright, here you go. Half-orc, and he chucks you the pick. It's a hefty piece. Big, thick wooden shaft. Very heftily and well-crafted metal kind of pick end and spay end at the back. Roll me again with advantage this time.
For athletics?
Yes, athletics. Okay, this time you get some leverage behind the rock and you start dragging it. He comes over and kind of helps push it. And you guys get a majority of that smaller kind of rock cluster out of the way and off to the side.
Hey.
Jet, if you'd like to make me another attack roll as the dwarves are there, and you can have advantage. The dwarves will be assisting you on this particular rock.
It's also an inanimate object.
Little skating around around the camp once again for any sort of clues on anything.
Yeah, go for it. Roll me either investigation or survival, Equinox.
Yeah, Jake. Yes! 2 nat 20s!
Wow. Okay, Jet. You take your weapon. You're like, okay, I gotta look good in front of these dwarves. You know, these are the blacksmiths. These are the crafters of fairy tale. And you're here, you know, an up and coming blacksmith. And so you take your magic sword and you limber up a little bit and you prepare yourself and you raise it up high and you come down and you smack it into this rock as hard as you can. And you hear this, and nothing looks like it happens. And the dwarf's like, huh. I feel like I should have done something. And then it just and splits in half, and the two halves both fall to either side. And he goes, "Oh, I be damned! You got some punch behind that wee frame of yours, don't you?"
Yeah. I was taught.
Well, you're taught to hit rocks. It's a strange teaching, but you know, kudos whoever did it.
more just taught. Don't half-ass anything when you're trying to go.
Whoever taught you must be a very, very responsible ma'am or man.
Think back to Dad. I love you, son. Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, well, we've done a fair good job. You folk look a little bit tired. Your buddy over there is searching out camp, and I don't like having a Shadakai in our camp without permission, without supervision. So come on over for supper. Bring your camp over. Let's have a meal on us. And you guys lead you into the center of the camp. Equinox, say nat 20. You would find that as you ring around it just seems like a lot of tracks everywhere. But what you do see and what you do find is that when you kind of get close to the ground searching these tracks and looking around, that there is a faint rumbling in the ground. It's probably started about 5 minutes ago, and you thought it might have just been them hitting the rocks, but ever since they came back in and they're talking, the rumbling seems to have continued. There's a strange shaking and rumbling that doesn't seem to be like an earthquake, where it's everywhere around, but it's a rumbling that seems to be coming from the smoldering boundary and getting closer and closer and stronger.
Okay. Is there any sort of check to see if I know anything about what it could be come through, like underground creatures or anything like that, like using history or whatever?
Yeah, you can roll me a history check.
Oh, sweet.
Dude,
you're like an earthquake monster?
But so this rumbling though is coming from underground in the direction of the smoldering boundary.
Yeah, it seems to be it's like a localized rumbling that's getting closer from the smoldering boundary direction.
It seems like something's heading our way underground from that direction.
And I point to smoldering boundary area.
Kind of goes, oh, all right, and he kind of comes over to the edge and has a look off towards the smoldering boundary. Goes, I don't see anything.
I think we need to prepare now.
How am I meant to prepare for an earthquake? Everything's strapped down.
I'm just gonna see if I can climb on top of a caravan, maybe.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's easy enough. A few low-hanging caravans. Which one do you want to jump onto?
The one right in the. Oh, I can move myself. Here. That's right.
I was like, hey, what are you doing? Get down from there. It's dangerous. You're gonna break something.
I'm just gonna ready myself for anything.
Storms over. Hey, you! Shadakai! Hello?
I mean, usually if he's thinking something's up, he's usually pretty right about these things.
You're right, something is up. It's him, and he's up in my caravan. And he needs to get off of my caravan.
Maybe
hello?
For us underground.
Hey! Shadakai!
I'm just gonna ignore and just continue.
You there? Hey!
That's how we get them hostile.
What are you doing? Get off of my caravan! That's it. That's it! And he kind of reaches in and draws his sword. And as he draws his sword, you hear this... And you watch as he's like, whoa! As a giant purple worm-like creature appears in the ground beneath him.
Oh snap!
Well,
Yo!
It appears right underneath him, and grabs him with these massive gnashing jaws, picks him up and he's like, "Hey, put me down! Get me down from here!" And starts swinging him around from side to side, giving off this terrifying noise as it shakes him around.
I'm assuming initiative, but...
Yes, roll for initiative.
Can I fire stuff off? No, not yet.
No. Yeah, re-roll for initiative.
It's not initiative, it's not hostile.
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's their pet, Fluffy.
It's Fluffy.
It's Fluffy.
Fluffy,
You trying to kill my pet?
What you did on my caravan?
Hey Josh, when you're rolling for things, if you click on anything on the call sheet, it will roll it for you.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, and now roll for its initiative.
Are we all rolling for initiative? Sorry.
I mean, unless you don't want to fight.
I didn't want to break my spell right now. That's all.
I'd say that your spell by now would have activated. So you have your familiar. As you finished your spell, the owl just poof, whoo, whoo, ah, in the background as the purple worm appears.
Was it like a Wilhelm screen?
Ow! Woo! A little R2D2 screen. Alright, what do we got? We got...
Oh, Gripsy! Dang.
I rolled twice, but the first time I didn't roll using my sheet.
Hideon, we got Hector, then we've got... actually, we've got Jet. Hideon. Jet. Hector. Purple Worm.
Malik.
Nope. Equinox.
Equinox, Malik's last.
Malik.
I didn't see where Equinox were. Oh, Equinox was like rolled above. Okay.
Dwarves.
I like the orange thing that's like, you wanted to send the result to the roll turn tracker?
Right, Hideon,
But no.
as your owl appears and you hear the screaming of terrifying yells behind you, you turn around and notice there's a giant worm of a purple coloration currently eating the head dwarf, shaking him around in his claws and biting down on his shield and his armor. And the dwarf's like, "Put me down, you bloody insect!"
Alright. So I want to obviously send my owl up in the air, just kind of keeping like a 360 on the perimeter, but obviously still staying high enough in the air that this kind of worm creature can't attack or eat my poor pet. I'm also going to move. How far can I move over?
You can move him at 30 feet movement.
30 feet. All right, so I'll move over there.
All right, roll me an acrobatics check as you jump that fence.
Okay.
So you run, you try and jump the fence and your foot clips the fence and you fall over. So yeah, exactly. Any low barrier, you guys just trip all the time. So you end up being there. Also, to command your creature, that's fine. You're just sending up to the air. Sweet. Yes, you get there. You trip over. You manage to dust yourself and pick yourself back up, but that's as far as you get.
Okay. All good.
Is that all you want to do?
Yeah, I was just gonna have my 9 lives sword just kind of drawn and ready in a defensive position.
All right, sweet as. After Hideon, we got Jet standing right up in the fray. You see this? I mean, you know, fighting the Shadakai before was crazy. This is a giant insect that's just come out of the ground and it's trying to eat a dwarf.
Jeez, I should never have left home.
Yeah. Little, you're like a homeschooled boy, and then this is the first thing you see when you're out there.
Yeah. Okay, let me think. What I'd like to do is I'll shout to Nox, like, maybe we should get him out of the mouth real quick. And what I'm going to do is, as my action, I'm going to use my stone skin to harden, get myself that armor.
Yep.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to use quicken spell with 2 sorcery points.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to cast a spell as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast Compelled Duel
On the purple worm?
on the purple one.
What kind of, what does it need to make?
A wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
Oh, very wise.
Because you want this thing to be compelled to fight you and only you. 19.
It succeeds.
So your stone skin and this beautiful like armor of stone appears as if it's part of your own body. And as you do that, you look at this worm and you're like, yeah, come and fight me. And then you realize, oh boy, that could be dangerous. And just that little bit of hesitation is enough for that spell to be resisted by this creature.
Oh, accident. It was already a bonus action. I apologize. I forgot to read that. Could I just keep the sorcery points instead?
No, because it's a spell. So if you cast a spell as an action, you can't then cast a spell as a bonus action.
The stone skin is an ability, not an action.
Oh, stone skin's an ability?
Yeah, it's
there you go.
ability.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
No, then you're good. Then you can have those sorcery points back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, too easy.
I'll run into melee range.
Okay.
With my scimitar and my mystical blade drawn.
You run up to the purple worm, ready to engage in battle with it. Hector, you're up.
I want to move over up to this rock and attempt to use it to jump over the fence.
Like, over the fence or onto the caravan?
Over the fence, not onto the caravan.
Sure, roll me an acrobatics check, or athletics. So you run, you push off the rock. Yeah, nice, I'd say. So you push off and you manage to land on the other side of the caravan. That is your movement.
Cool. And then I'll just get my sword out and ready for the next turn.
Okay, you don't want to do anything else?
No.
Okay. As it ends your turn, it is the purple worm's turn now. Purple worm continues to screech its horrifying attack. It is going to make a multi-attack. One with its bite on the dwarf it's currently eating, and a stinger attack on... Let's go Jet.
Yeah, makes sense.
Righty-oo. So we've got one bite attack for the dwarf. 21 to hit will hit.
Holy Jesus.
Damage will be 23 points of piercing damage. You hear the dwarf go "Ah!" as the strange teeth-like protrusions start piercing in, and you see blood start dripping from the dwarf's body. And the tail stinger against you, Jet.
Mm-hmm.
that'll hit. 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution. Gee, that's a lot of poison damage. So then, give me a second. Constitution save?
Yes, Constitution save.
Natural 20.
Okay, so you would take 44, half to 22. I'd say because of the natural 20, we'll go, your stone skin managed to kind of take some of the brunt of the force, so we'll go 22 down to 12. So you'll take 24 points of piercing and 12 points of poison damage.
24 points of piercing and 12 points of poison?
Correct, as the stinger pierces from the ground nearby and comes straight at you, but as it does, you manage to put your stone skin arms up in front and catch it. So just a little bit of the needle kind of penetrates into your chest, just enough to get off a little bit of poison, but not as much as you originally would have taken. A bunch of your stone skin kind of shatters with the impact. But that is the purple worm's turn. After the purple worm, Equinox, your turn.
A bonus action, can I use Crimson Right?
Mm-hmm.
Fight a storm on my... Oh, actually, no, I'm just gonna attack with the rapier. Am I in melee range, or...?
I'd say if you, like, jump up with your attack, you could probably hit its face, which is kind of directly above you.
Yeah, can I go rapier, and then bonus action fire the hand crossbow as well?
No, that's a feat or an ability that you get. If you're making an attack, you have to make an offhand attack with like a melee. If it's the ranged, as in our rules, you make an attack and then an offhand attack with another range. You can't really cross.
I've got crossbow mastery. As a feat. It says when using attack action with a one-handed weapon, you can use a bonus.
Well, there you go. You can. You have the feat.
Yeah.
So yeah, by all means.
Yeah. I'll go rapier first.
Go for it. Make an attack. 23 will definitely hit. Roll for damage. So, where it says 23, if you click on rapier underneath, it'll show you the damage the rapier does. So you'll click on it in the actual chat box, over where the chat box is. It says Equinox 23, 5-foot rapier. Click on the rapier at the very bottom. Okay.
Why did that? Was it?
You might have done some weird math on your rapier that I'll fix later, but it looks like the one on the right's fine. 1d8 plus 4, so 8 points of damage to the purple worm.
And then I'll hand crossbow.
And then you'll hand crossbow. Go for it.
Yep.
Hand crossbow, yep, that'll definitely hit for another 6 points of damage. Okay, sweet. Let me see if I can pop this up for you guys so you can see its health bar.
Cool. And then with that, if I could just move sort of towards the middle of the road, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Make me another acrobatics or athletics check as you jump off of the caravan. You jump up, pierce it with your rapier, fire your crossbow up into the same wound you just created, and then make a dive off of the caravan. 23 for athletics. You do a neat, tidy little flip, poof, poof, 3-point landing. Just as this junction here, that'll be the end of your movement.
Thank you.
Okay, so with Equinox's turn done, it brings it to Malik.
I think I accidentally forgot to not give myself Hexblade Curse, so I'm just quickly searching for that.
All good, all
Hey,
good.
I got that too. Yeah.
That's just something I get, right? For being a Hexblade?
Hexblade's curse,
You
yeah.
have to cast it, I'm pretty sure.
You cast it, you have to cast
Bonus
Hexblade
action.
Curse as a bonus action, but you do have the
Bonus
ability.
One creature you can see within 30 feet with a 1-minute duration.
Yeah, I thought I wrote that down for myself. Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hexblade's Curse on him.
Too far away.
Too far away. How far
Yeah.
away am I?
He is currently 50 feet away from you.
Jeez, okay. Well, I am going to use my 30 feet of movement to try and get over the fence to go there.
Go for acrobatics or athletics check as you attempt to climb the rickety old fence that has felled your companion, Hideon.
Jeez.
And will fell you as well. As Hideon jumps over, you also jump over, and in almost a synchronized swimming way, you both faceplant into the dirt, but manage to push yourselves back off the ground and dust yourselves off. Both the little
If
angel
that's all
boys.
my movement, I'm going to use Eldritch Blast.
Yes, that'll be all your movement. Eldritch Blast. You can definitely get your Eldritch Blast off. Go for it. Roll to hit.
Roll to hit.
It's in the attack thing.
In the attack thing.
Yeah, so if you go to like
Attack and spellcasting.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I gotta write that in there. I'm just gonna roll manually. I gotta fix that.
All
I
good.
did my own thing and I don't know how to do this, so I'm gonna do that.
Yes, alright.
Plus 6 to that.
That'll definitely hit. Roll for damage. 1d10 force damage.
That's 1d10 plus my charisma modifier 4.
Yeah, because you've got
Agonizing blast.
Agonizing Blast. Okay, 12 points of damage. You fire this crackling beam of energy towards the purple worm, and as it strikes, the purple worm kind of just pulls back in pain as you manage to hit it in some of its soft, fleshy bits. Excellent. Is that all you would like to do, Malik?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at Hideon and see if he noticed me fall over too, and then I'm just gonna look ahead.
It's kind of because everything happens in the same 6 seconds. I'm kind of putting it that you guys did it at the same time.
Fair
Just
enough.
both of you run, whoop, poof.
In which case, I would have looked to him and gone,
We will never speak of this again.
Fair enough.
All right, after you guys, the dwarves are like, attack! And they're like, get him! Start running up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and start wailing on the purple worm with their respective weapons. You got picks, we got axes, we got swords, we got hammers. 2, 18, 3, 11. The 18 and the 11, everything's plus 5, so it'll be a 16. Will a 16...
Do they have advantage
Yeah, like
from
that.
flanking?
No, the worm is too big for them to properly flank it.
Okay.
That, and because of its senses, It has blind sight and tremor sense, so it's hard to flank something that knows where you are all the time.
Fair enough.
The 18 is the other one that's going to hit. So the guy with the pick runs up and saying, "Let go of him!" Takes a big old swing, and the pick kind of explodes into its belly. You watch as a bit of visceral matter appears from within. It's going to be 7 points of damage from that dwarf, and the dwarf in the jowls of this creature is going to try and break free of the grapple and escape. 17 will do it. He manages to rip 3 and fall prone on the ground as he does so. He'll pick himself up the rest of his turn, which will bring it back to the top of the round with Hideon. After saying, "You'll never speak of it again, it is your turn."
Alright, so I want to hit him with some Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a bonus action, if I could, just activate Armor of Shadows, just to give me some more defense.
Is Armor of Shadows a bonus action?
It says that without expanding a spell slot or material components.
That doesn't say if it's a bonus action. Give me a second. Oh, let me have a look at yours. This will be something that you'll need to know for future reference. Armor of Shadows, you can cast Mage Armor on yourself. You can see the Mage Armor link, so click on Mage Armor.
Yep.
And have a look at Mage Armor. It basically means you can cast that spell without expending anything that you need for it. So then look at Mage Armor, the spell, and see if Mage Armor is an action or a bonus action.
Just says one action from what I can see here very quickly. I just don't want to hold up the rest.
Well, if it says one action, then it won't be a bonus action.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay. So I'll just hit him with some Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
And yeah, I'll have to roll a d20 for that, sorry.
You doing D? What level Warlock are you again?
I'm 5, so it sends out 2 beams.
Sends out
the 1.
2 beams. So fire 2, so roll twice, you're firing 2 beams. 10 plus 10 and 14. What is it? Okay. We'll deal with that later.
Spellcasting, what's it? +6 or something?
Your cantrip, Eldritch Blast, your spellcasting modifier under core. Cripsy, I've already put in Eldritch Blast for you under your HUD. If you have a look at your core, 9 live stealers.
Sorry, I do see that.
Yeah, give me a second because it doesn't look like you've done what I asked and changed it to charisma yet, so I'll do that for you. There you go. Now you should be able to. Nope. Save. Nope. Damage.
Sorry about this, guys.
That's okay.
We're going with.
Fired.
Alright, go for it. Now click on Eldritch Blast. It should work.
There we go.
Eldritch Blast, 19, and your second one? 8. Okay, so 19, you fire and charge up this Eldritch Blast and you send it flying towards the purple worm. As you charge up an Eldritch Blast in the other hand, you go to fire it. You watch as the first Eldritch Blast explodes and a bit of red visceral matters, kind of visceral blood matter appears and explodes outwards as most wounds would have it. Except the blood doesn't fall. It seems to hover in the air and then start to blend in with the rest of what you're seeing in your vision. And as you do, it puts you off, and you actually end up sending your second Eldritch Blast straight into the caravan in front of you, sending a massive explosion going through the wood. Can you click on where you can see that you've rolled a 19? It says Eldritch Blast underneath. Can you click on the Eldritch Blast for me? 6 points of force damage to the creature. But yes, your vision kind of blurring even further as blood comes out of this purple worm. Anything else you'd like to do, Hideon?
No, I'm actually what I will do, sorry, is I will move just over here. So I've got to kind of clear a line of fire there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, you move further into the clear line of fire as you look at the wreckage you've just created on the caravan. After Hideon brings it to you, Jet.
I'm surprised I didn't die that one round. That almost one-shot me.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, I'm lucky I have a lot of hit points. Seeing this thing's like melee is insanely good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need to disengage out of there.
Okay, so you action disengage and start making your way.
I'm trying to think of like an area I can go.
30 over there. You can get 30 behind here. Yeah, you can get 30 in between there.
Yeah, let's go 30 in between there. Action disengage.
So you can put it just where my tip of my arrow is there.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yep, boom. You disengage and kind of duck between the caravans, panting and huffing, looking at the wound in your chest.
Oh shit, that hurt.
Yeah, and it's just like a small prick on your chest, and you don't know why you're in so much pain, but there is this racking intensity about the pain that is going through your body. You got this massive headache, your vision is blurred.
What I'm gonna do then is now with my my bonus action, I'm gonna use my quicken sorcery or quicken spell. An actual action spell this time, and I'm going to use chromatic orb at level 2.
Ooh, okay. And what flavor of chromatic orb are you choosing today, sir?
What flavor?
Karage.
Karage? Yeah, that sounds good right now.
Karage orb.
Oh.
Nox used fire, correct me if I'm wrong?
Negative, no element at this point.
Yeah, what? Oh, elemental. Okay. Let's go for a bit of a chilling effect on this guy.
Okay, frost damage. Go for it. Fire off your chromatic orb. You.
That's cool.
Oh my
I
god.
need to. Hey, I need to add a level 2 version of it, I think. Let's see.
Are you casting at level 2?
Yeah, I'm casting at level 2.
Dope. 19 will just hit. You charge up this chromatic orb and you imbue it with frost and chilling energy, and as you do, you send it careening off and over the caravan to hit this purple worm as it poof, and shatters and seemingly coats this purple worm in a thin layer of frost and ice.
I need to roll an extra d8 because I need to make a level 2 version of it, but this is like the level 1 version first. And
Yeah,
roll an
well,
extra d8.
good. 3d8 plus 1 more d8.
14 damage.
Very nice. 14 points of damage slams into this purple worm, freezing it slightly over its top. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we'll put that one there. Boom. Quick maths. There you go. Okay, taking a decent chunk out of it. It looks injured and perturbed, but not out of the fight by any means.
Oh no, I doubt that.
Can you guys see its health bar? Bars?
Yeah.
Health bars?
The first one's gone, but
First one's we can't see, but
It's gone.
yeah, it's not full anyway.
Sweet. After Jet, Hector, your turn.
Okay, I would like to travel as far as I can. Actually, which way would be? That's 30 feet. Yeah, they're the same. I'm going to go around this way, around with Equinox. And then try and make an attack when I get there if I can, if that's not using too much movement.
Yeah, you wouldn't get up to it, unfortunately. You'd get up to this dwarf, but not within range of hitting the purple worm. The ring around it is the range that you need to get into to hit it. So that's its range of hitting, but you need to get up to the base of the purple worm to hit it.
Alright, well then I'll hold the rest of my action in case anything happens, and then wait until the next turn.
Okay.
oh, sorry, I accidentally clicked something.
Summoning Satan over here.
Whoa!
What is that?
Don't worry about that one.
Luckily, the DC is a bit higher than 12 to summon the devil.
I clicked it and I was like, oh no.
I don't know. Hideon's summoning the devil pretty easily. Okay, it's the purple worm's turn. Purple worm, seeing that the dwarves are attacking it, it is going to... It's going to burrow into the ground. You watch as it starts to retreat, disengaging into the ground and disappearing. You guys can still feel, though, as the ground shakes around you guys as the purple worm kind of rearranges its positioning, deciding where it wants to be and attack later, but moving out of sight and out of range, leaving quite a sizable hole in the ground where it had been previously.
Could I use...
After the purple worm's turn, it is Equinox's turn. You know what we'll do? We'll grab this, and we'll put this here to signify where the purple worm was. What are you doing, Equinox?
Can I jump back on top of the caravan?
Sure, yeah, by all means. Go roll me another acrobatics or athletics check as you make your way back up on top of the caravan.
Seem safer, hopefully. There? Question mark.
20. Easy enough. You just pop up onto the bench here, and then back on top of the caravan, taking your position there.
Can I get any sort of sense, or even using like my smell, I guess, I don't know if that'll help, to see which direction the creature might have gone? Like using an action to do that?
Maybe if you're sensing the vibrations on the ground, but from where you up there's no really discernible, I can smell it from slightly 2 inches to the left or whatever. No, it's under the ground. It's burrowing. There is shaking everywhere. Unless you can give me a specific discernible way you want to do this, I'm going to not offer you the information.
No, that's all right. I'll can I just ready the hand crossbow for whenever it
Yeah,
pops up?
by all means. Preparing the hand crossbow for an attack. Easy enough. Sweet. Malik, your turn. Purple worm disappears under the ground. The rumbling once more shakes as it readjusts its position and decides where it wants to appear.
After seeing Hideon blow up a section of the caravan, I'm gonna look in his direction to make sure he's okay.
Okay.
Make sure nothing's going on.
Hey, you look at him and he's just looks like an honest mistake. You're sure about it?
Okay.
Sure. Honest mistake.
All right. I'm going to use all of my movement to go a bit closer with everyone.
Okay.
So around. Actually, could I get on top of that?
You can certainly try. Give it your best.
Try.
All right, give it a roll. See where it goes.
He's 20.
Oh, why is it advantage? Should I try it again without?
Yeah, just roll once.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked disadvantage. Is it athletics or acrobatics?
Whatever one you want to do. Okay, you go over and you start climbing, and the area in which Hideon broke kind of just slips underneath you, and the roof caves in, collapsing even more on that caravan.
Well, if that doesn't work, I'm going to have my shield at the ready, and I'm gonna take it. Actually, yeah, no, I'm gonna have my shield ready. I'm gonna get ready to dodge if anything comes out.
You taking the dodge action?
Yeah, taking the dodge action with my
All
sword and
right.
shield.
After Malik, it's the dwarves, so the dwarves are like, "Where'd it go? That's right, you run away, you bastard! Oh, I'm gonna get you! Alright, back to back, men!" And the dwarves kind of prepare themselves in a bit of a formation. Oh god.
Prime jumping.
Isometric is hard.
You can do it.
God damn it.
Get your dwarves.
There we go, kind of preparing themselves and getting closer. After the dwarves, they're going to hold their action to hit the closest thing that comes to them. After the dwarves, it comes back to the top with Hideon. Hideon, the purple worm disappears. The rumbling under the ground is still there, so you know it's still around, but no longer visible.
Okay. Whew. Could I don't know if I could do both of these. With my owl in the air, I want to try and obviously look around the ground area and the surface area, and I guess kind of get a sense if there's something there.
It is an action to command and control your owl, so that would be an action to do your little survey of the area.
The owl apparently is meant to roll its own initiative and get its own action.
Oh. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. It says it acts independently, but always obeys your commands. In combat, it rolls its own initiative and acts.
Well, next time Hideon is familiar with his find familiar, then that would be the case. However, it's just going to go at the end of his turn now, because...
You're the GM.
Yes, and this is his spell. But thank you, Fraser, for that. I appreciate that.
No worries.
No, it's just going to go after Hideon's turn.
Alright, so I can't use them right now, essentially?
You can.
Okay.
Just make sure you know fully what your spells do before you start casting them, otherwise you will lack in the full diversity of your spells. It was lucky that Fraser informed you that that's what happened, otherwise it would have been a little bit more troublesome.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that, Fraser. With the hole being there, could I fly down very carefully and cautiously?
How high in the
into
air?
hole?
How high in the air is your owl?
He was just high enough to kind of have a 360 of the area.
Give me
So,
feet. How many feet in the air did you want him?
ooh, let's say, I guess let's say 100 feet up in the.
Okay. If you use your action to command it, it can make it can fly 60 feet down, so it'll get 20 feet above the hole on your turn. It won't get into the hole.
Right.
Yeah, it's 100 feet above the ground, and it's got a 60-foot fly speed.
I just don't want to lose my little bird.
I mean,
being so cautious.
Once again, if you are familiar with Find Familiar, when your familiar dies, you can just resummon it because it's a spell. It's not an actual proper animal.
All right, can I get him to hold?
This is why I ask you guys to be familiar with your spells. Read your spells, read your character sheets, know what your abilities do, so when you do them, we just do it bop 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 bop.
It's okay. Thinking.
All right, can I get the owl to hover as far as I can? Sorry, as close to the hole as I can. As you said, I think it was 20 feet.
And it's going to be an action to do that. Just to remind you.
Yeah, just to get there. But can I see at that stage?
You could have a look, yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to keep my eyes through the vision of the owl, just in case he comes up out of that same hole again, so I can alert the other.
Okay, sure thing. Roll me a perception check with advantage, because the owl has keen senses with its sight.
Cool.
Go, Hedwig.
With advantage, do I just roll twice, sorry?
Roll second one, yeah.
You'll see that in your character sheet, there at the very top, there is an advantage and disadvantage button. If you click on advantage and then... well, technically you're rolling perception for the owl. Let me bring up the stats for an owl.
Owl has +1 for perception.
Nope, +3.
+3?
Yep.
Damn.
Oof.
So roll 1d20 +3 twice. Just roll it, just type it out. Probably be easier.
I mean, technically his rolls were +3, but...
Well,
1d20.
Well, if your perception is +3 anyway, then just roll it from your character sheet. I just don't know because it's your character sheet.
Okay, so roll it from perception again. Okay.
If it has a +3 to it, yes.
Yeah, it has a +3.
Ooh,
No,
I don't know why that's 6 there.
You could use the rolls he already did because they already have the perception modifier.
Yeah.
All right, the bird's doing bird things. The spell's doing spell things. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Hideon?
No, just stay there. Obviously, just
doesn't see anything. It's a dark hole. The worm's moved. It doesn't see anything. Jet, your turn.
Alrighty, I'm hopping up on this caravan that's back to back with.
Go for it. Roll me acrobatics or athletics.
I can certainly give it a shot because if this thing,
try.
I can give it a crack. Acrobatics. So I'll give her a roll.
Yeah, that'll be fine. It's easy enough. There's two things there. You kind of just push off one wall, reach up, and pull yourself up onto the caravan.
I did also have a question.
Yes.
This creature is quite huge, right? From seeing it, like, it's pretty big.
Yes.
And it seemed to only like attack in like spots where buildings didn't seem to really be. Would we be able to kind of like I assume it's going to be coming up near like places where buildings aren't, like around here. Oh, hang on, thing. There's like around this way because I don't know, maybe here, maybe like on the other side of the map too.
Right.
Yeah, I was just wondering. We can't like take a guess at where it's going to come up, can we?
Oh, you can't. You can make as many guesses as you want. A guess is just an assumption. You can make a guess if you want to.
I guess since I'm facing that way in my character thing, I'm gonna hold a firebolt in this general direction here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, too easy.
Yeah, I mean, and if it doesn't come up there, then it doesn't. But
I mean, if you just say you want to hold your action for when it appears, you don't really have to pick a direction.
yeah, sure. I'll hold a firebolt.
Firebolt, cantrip, yep, easy.
Yes, too easy. Cool. That'll be all I do.
Ooh.
That's all I do. Yeah.
Alrighty. Hector, your turn.
I'm going to jump onto the roof of the caravan with Equinox.
Okay, go for it. Roll me acrobatics or athletics.
Yep.
Yeah, easy enough. You leap up, grab the edge of this, and pull yourself up onto the caravan next to Equinox there.
Equinox, how are you feeling health-wise?
I feel fine.
You feel fine? Alright, cool. Oh, then I'll just, wait for it to pop up again.
Okay, waiting for it to pop up. The purple worm's turn. The purple worm is going to... Okay, it's going to appear in here. So you guys watch. Nope, that didn't appear for you guys, did it? Layer.
None of us screamed in panic, so I don't think.
There we go. That's where it appears. So you watch as the purple worm appears up out of the ground near the clothesline, and the broken caravan, where the most amount of noise was made last turn, creating vibrations for it to know where to attack. Using its tremor sense, it felt that there's a lot more figures over by the dwarves, and it's going to get an easy meal out of Malik and Hideon as it appears out of the ground. It is.
Am I able to?
Yeah, everybody who was holding their action. So we'll go Equinox first.
Yep.
Cunning.
I hit this button. Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
nat 20. Very nice.
Yeah, boy.
How do I stuff?
You click on the hand crossbow button below.
Yep.
Bam.
18.
So it rolled 5, 6, 7, 5. So you rolled. Well, the way we normally do criticals is different than the way this one does it, but that's totally fine. We'll just go with how this one rolls. So it basically rolls an extra dice when you roll a critical in this game, which worked out better in your favor. So 9 points of damage.
Cool.
What would have been 5 is now 9. Sweet. As you fire, and as you watch it appear from the ground, you see a wound that has originally been made by you, and you keep pressuring the same wound, popping and poking and prodding the same wound, causing it to further cause this purple worm pain. Jet, your firebolt.
8. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the purple worm appears and you eject your firebolt, but just a few seconds too soon as it flies over the purple worm before it fully emerges from the ground. A little bit preemptive with your expulsion of your spell.
That's okay.
Okay.
Preemptive expulsion's fine.
Preemptive expulsion. It is going to make a bite attack against Malik and a tail attack, a tail stinger attack against Hideon. Malik, this is for you.
Oh no, guys.
Disadvantage? Because I took the dodge action.
Yes, disadvantage because you took the dog's action. So
Holy
28 or 25.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah. That'll hit.
Form's on point.
You're going to take 25 points of piercing damage.
And I'm unconscious.
Excellent. It's going to make a tail stinger attack against Hideon.
Wait. I am not unconscious.
Oh, really?
I'm on 1 hit point.
Hey.
Yeah, because you got 26. Yep. So it comes down and it goes to bite you. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, crap.
Come on, buddy.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, and Hideon does a 12 hit you. 11. You are swallowed by the purple worm. A 12 does hit you, Hideon.
My armor class is 11.
Excellent. So the purple worm eats Malik and then stings Hideon. 4. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please, Hideon.
Hideon's the
Who
highest
told the
level,
GM hardcore? We all agree.
15 is not going to pass, so you're going to take 20 points of piercing damage.
Hideon's dead.
I might have to...
Hideon.
Let's have a look.
Hideon's dead.
Hideon has 39 hit points. 39 minus 20 will get him to 9 hit points. Then 9 minus... Alright, let's...
Wait, 39 minus 20 is 19.
That's 19.
39 minus 20 is 19 minus 46. He's not outright dead. Hideon is unconscious. He is on 0 hit points. He is okay, Hideon. So you're standing there and you're waiting for this thing to appear, and as it appears outwards, you see it attack Malik, and you feel safe, and you drop your guard. But then you feel something piercing against your back, and you turn around to see that the tail has appeared just behind you, secretly and sneakily, and has penetrated through the back and out through your chest. The stinger lifts you in the air by your chest, and you're holding onto the stinger so it doesn't rip up through your ribcage. And then it flicks you to the side, slamming you into this caravan. Bits of debris and stuff explode everywhere as your limp body now kind of hangs on the table of this caravan workshop. Your eyes kind of blinking in and out. You can see and you can kind of form a few words. And visually, although you're on 0 hit points, the way I like to see it is that you're still kind of phasing in and out as you're making your death saving throws. You can still see things, you can still hear things, you just can't move, you can't attack, you can't do anything. Your body is resisting and failing you as you either slowly die or regain the energy to come back and fight some more. However, it is... Purple Worm. Equinox, your turn.
Bonus action. Can I cast Hexblade's Curse on the worm?
Yes, you can. Yep, you cast Hexblade's Curse on the worm.
And then... I'm just gonna fire the hand crossbow again.
Go for it. Roll a hit. Aiming the hand crossbow. Firing.
I gotta get Hideon up there.
17 to hit. Is that...
17, sorry, I didn't see it come up till then. 17, you aim your crossbow, as you aim, you fire, and as it goes down and goes to swallow Malik, it moves in a way and contorts its body that, unfortunately, the bolt just flies right past. Nope, 19 just hits. The bolt misses, though, Equinox, bringing it to Malik. You are inside the throat of the worm. You are considered swallowed, which means you are blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks from you and other effects outside the worm. You have total cover against attacks and other effects. And you take 66 acid damage at the beginning of the worm's turn.
At the beginning of the worm's turn?
Yep, so if you're still on its belly, you can feel the acid boring into your skin. You will most likely perish.
No, I will die.
Oh my.
So Malik, what are you going to do?
I am going to try and get the hell out of there, but how am I going to try and get the hell out of there is the question, because I don't really have anything. Wait. No, that won't work.
Child.
No, that won't work either. Oh god, I'm just gonna have to pray. Me just getting if this is because of what the other guys, everyone except for me, was saying, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
I said normal.
It wasn't me.
I'm just gonna try and get out of its mouth.
Okay.
Do everything I can.
And what is everything? You gotta tell me what you're doing, buddy.
You know what? I am going to use my action to use my... Wait, first, before, I just want to know if I can do this because I've never used this before. I'm going to use my Radiant Soul. So I can push out, use my wings to force myself out.
So shoot.
Okay.
Everything I
So
can.
as you're in there being squashed and compressed,
Okay, that's how it is. Never mind. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna-
your wings just break.
I am going to try and essentially climb back out of the mouth.
They're not physical wings though. They're like it's an ability. It's like these angelic golden magical wings that appear. So they won't get crushed immediately, but you are being crushed. So if you can be creative and try and use your wings to help you climb out. It's up to you.
God. But it's my action, so I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Bonus action.
Still have a movement
I don't have anything
bonus
that
action.
Well, read the ability. Maybe it's like it burns through stuff like a hot knife through butter, and you just burn through.
No.
Oh, look at this. Free self from purple worm auto effect.
Oh man, that's so convenient. I'm so glad I have that. God damn it. I'm just gonna try and use my sword to climb up out of it, and I'm gonna pray to Hessa for protection as I am
Okay.
dying.
Make me an attack roll at disadvantage.
To climb out.
I mean, you have no movement, so the best you can do is try and get some leverage with your sword.
Okay, so longsword attack at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
God. That one. I'm dead.
You take the sword and you go to like stab it, but as you do, you let go and it drops down the purple worm's throat.
Cool. I'm just gonna pray to Hessa.
Okay. After Malik, it is the dwarves' turn. The dwarves are like, get it! Stop it from eating the bugger from before! They start running over to go.
Are they gonna like full in like Heimlich maneuver this thing and just like choke it out of him?
Spit it out, you damn dirty insect! Spit! Drop it! Drop it! Alright, 21 hits, natural 1 will not, 17 will miss, 15 will miss, 25 will hit, 21 and 25.
Let's go, boys.
Okay, not too bad. So the dwarves come up, start beating on it. The guy who originally got bitten has his sword and goes to swing. As he does, his sword just completely shatters from being damaged, from being crushed by the purple worm before, and he's just like, "No! My grandpapa's sword!" And the rest of them start like kicking it and hitting it and punching it and headbutting it. One guy grabs just a rock off the ground and slams it into a bit of its fleshy bit and does some damage. Another guy cleaves a bit of its skin off with his axe, dealing 20 points of damage.
Does it have to regurgitate? Maybe? No.
You're right, you don't know. Okay. After the dwarves, Hideon, please make your first death saving throw.
Oh god.
Just a single d20, Hideon.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You can hit the death.
Actually, could you type this in for me, please, Hideon?
I do apologize. You cut out there for a second. So.
Could you type this in for me? Obviously without the full stop, but type that in, please. So /GM roll space 1d20. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for your roll. Okay, after Hideon's turn, Jet, it is your turn.
Alright.
Malik's been eaten, Hideon's unconscious in a pile of debris, Equinox and Hector are about to get into the fray, the dwarves are trying to curb stomp the purple worm.
So what I'm gonna do... If we're going out, I'm going out swinging. I'm going to grab the beep.
Ah, yep, you got it. You pull out your father's beep, yep.
Alrighty.
For those who don't know, the hammer is named after his wife, and he doesn't like his wife, so he has switched it to a profane word. He loves the hammer, and he made the hammer with his wife, but he's a little bit naughty in what he calls it. So for our sensitive viewers and the YouTube and Twitch and stuff, it is called the beep at this point.
Yeah. So, you know how there's those arcade games, right?
Whack-a-mole?
where you hit this thing at the base and the thing scores to the top.
Ah, right. You hit it, you're bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Can I try and do that with a Malix inside? Like, hit it, like, to shoot him out?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a check to get off the roof.
Oh no, I'm putting like my full body weight into this one.
Oh, you're like full on like Thor jumping.
Like, bang, yeah.
I mean, you might take some fall damage, but you could transfer some of that fall damage as well.
Yeah, I'll give it a crack.
All right, roll me an athletics check to just launch yourself. Let's see how high you get. So far you're about 10 feet off the ground.
I'm seeing if I have any spells that might help me with this. I don't. Good to know. Sure, I'll roll that +1 athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll roll that. Natural 20.
So you managed to run, press your stone feet into the ground, and launch yourself an additional, I'm going to say you could choose between 10 to 20 feet in the air.
Let's go. I could die next turn.
Yeah.
I'm letting you guys know this now.
Yeah. Because you're already 10 feet in the air, and you can launch yourself an extra 10 to 20 feet, up to you.
You gotta risk it for a biscuit. 20 feet. Let's go.
All right, so you launch yourself into the sky like an anime protagonist. The moon glints off of your stone skin as you lift the witch into the air, and you come down with your hammer. 30 feet fall, but make an attack with advantage. That natural 20. Go for it.
Hang on. I need to write the thing in first. Give me a sec.
All right, I'm gonna roll for your full damage.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
7 points of full damage.
I'm still living.
Nice.
Give me a sec as I quickly finish writing in my thing. I'm calling it the beep.
Yep.
How much
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after this break.
How much damage does this thing do? This hammer?
It's just a small single-handed hammer, so it's 1d6.
1d6, sure thing. I mean, that's probably cool.
Yeah, dexterity or strength, up to you.
Oh, thank God for that. Alrighty, alrighty, team. We're doing this.
The beep.
Let's go.
Oh.
18 just misses.
Oh.
I don't know. I really want this to work.
Oh.
It's my old friend.
Hang on. I'm looking at my stuff real quick.
Oh.
Give me a sec. Could what I use, Connor? This is, I know I've already rolled, but this is just because I want to try and save Fraser. Could I infuse it with the mystical blade hit?
No.
Like,
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, damn it. Where was the inspiration?
You launch yourself into the air, and even with a natural 20 and advantage, you come down hard on this worm. But the hammer, the beach, slips from your hand. Ping! Ping, 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 ping. And poof, 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 hits the ground next to you as your shins and knees buckle at the impact from your 30-foot fall, landing on your knees. Unfortunately, no hit there. Valiant effort.
No!
Hector,
Really
you are the
I'm
last
so sorry,
person
buddy.
before this purple worm goes to get Fraser out of the belly before he just starts dissolving.
Want to run forward with my sword, jump into the air and attempt to slice down the side of it with my sword using gravity.
Okay, roll me an athletics check, and as I said to Jake, if you do this, you'll take full damage, but you can transfer some of the full damage over.
Okay, let's give it a crack.
Looks like the world just doesn't want Malik to live.
Okay, yeah, an extra 10 feet in the air, so you're 20 feet in the air as you come down on the purple worm. Roll me an attack roll.
With the sword?
I'm assuming you're using the sword.
Yes, I was just clarifying.
You said you wanted to slice it with the sword, so I was assuming sword. Oh!
Is he doing advantage too because he's...
No, he didn't get a natural 20.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know, I'm rolling 2d20. It's 2d6. Alright, Hector, you take 9 points of fall damage. You jump into the air, and as you slice, you slip on the area that Malik and Hideon had destroyed of this roof before, and that slip was fatal as you fall forward, launching yourself into the ground, cracking your shoulder against the debris before you, injuring yourself slightly for 9 points of damage. You look up now as the purple worm goes straight, and you hear it just go as it's swallowed into the full belly. Malik, you will fail automatically 2 death saving throws.
Oh, what?
My last moments, I was praying to Hessa.
Oh.
Oh, don't know why I'm doing that. I need the... There it is. So after the purple worm swallows completely Malik, it is going to make an attack on Hector. This is going to be a tail stinger because someone is already in its mouth. It's going to be a 20 to hit you, Hector.
Yep.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yep.
You will take 18 points of piercing damage and 42 points of poison damage.
Yep. Alright, I'm unconscious.
Okay, unconscious Hector, lying in the rubble, falls to the ground.
This is a legitimate TPK.
Yeah, it is. That's okay.
Whoever voted yes, I'm coming to your house.
Now, let me give you my address.
Okay, after that, Purple Worm, it is Equinox's turn.
Just run away, bro.
Nah, hand crossbow, 2 shots.
Go for it. Hit it.
If we're going down, we're all going down together.
Far! Just far, that's all I say.
Just far.
Just far. That is it.
15, ping, ping, they just bounce off. Okay, as Equinox's turn goes, Malik already did his. Dwarves. The dwarves are gonna make... no, Malik, I need you to make me a death saving throw, please.
Bro.
Can you please slash GM roll 1d20? Okay. After Malik, it is the dwarves' turn. The dwarves are gonna start beating hard on the purple worm.
Scotland. I mean, dwarves.
Oh, that's not how you roll.
No, it's not.
We've
Nope.
got
it's not 20 in there.
miss,
let's
hit,
go.
miss, hit, nat 20. Okay.
These dwarves, man.
These dwarves doing the good Lord's work.
Doing the good Lord's work.
Double one.
Oh! What was that? It's 10, and then a 16, 17, 18, 19. So 20 points again to the worm.
Nice. Let's go, boys.
Does he not get his modifier?
He does.
Oh, okay.
10, 20. Oh, sorry. 10, 26. So that's 20, and then it's 6, 7, 8, 9. 30. No, total 30. There we go. And with a total of 30, you watch as the worm spits out a unconscious and dissolving Malik.
Oh, 20 dwarves.
As the dwarves are just like, boof, 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 spit him out! Drop him! Naughty dog! And it just... And then a solid blow from the natural 20. The hammer hits it in the gut, and it... And spits it into the fence. The fence explodes everywhere, and you see a crumpled, sad form of a dissolving Malik off to the side there.
Okay.
After the dwarves... Hideon, please roll me a death saving throw. And can you roll it to the GM roll? Yep, just to me.
Holy cow.
Okay, thank you very much. Jet, your turn.
Okay. I don't know anything. Looking at them on the ground, this is just a dumb idea, but like, many of them look dying in particular. I actually know Malik's looking the most dissolved. I'm going to run to Malik because he just got eaten 30 feet. I can get there.
Yeah.
Lay on hands for 1 point.
Okay, you run over to Malik and you place your hands upon him. As you do, you funnel 1 point of healing hands energy into him, praying to anybody out there. You feel Moldova's energy pass through, and into Malik, kind of bypassing Desi's fully. However, Malik does not move.
He's dead? Son of a bitch. Okay.
Alright, Jet. Is that it?
Still have a bonus action.
Mhm.
Calm down for a sec.
Well, you technically still have an action. I think healing hands is bonus action.
Okay, cool. Okay. Let's try. I used all my movement to get there, didn't I? I still have 30 more movement with an action dash.
You can dash.
But Hidion's on the other side. Okay,
Well, you're
I'm
going from the wrong spot as well. So that would be 45, and Hector would be 10.
10. I'll run to Hector. Healing hands. Boom.
Well, you've done the healing hands on Malik.
I can...
Full move, bonus action, and then action to dash to Hector.
Okay, hang on, then give me a sec. Sorry, I thought I could retry that. Well, because it didn't work, did it? So I thought...
No, you used the point, it just didn't bring him back.
Okay, hang on. Give me a sec. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking. That's okay. I will... I can make it to Hector next turn if I need to by going like that and then 15. I can't even do that. Okay. I will run to Hector, yeah, like around the caravan kind of thing.
Okay, easy enough. You get over there. Hector, could you please GM roll a death saving throw?
GM it.
Actually, no. Hector.
No, he's on 1. Yeah, hang on.
Well, no. Let's see. Hector.
Yeah.
See if he remembers anything about his character.
Oh wait, no, I can do that thingamajig, can't I? I have no idea what it was called.
Thingamajig. What does thingamajig do, Hector?
It brings me up to 1 hit point because I am when I go unconscious because I'm an orc.
Because you are a half-orc. Yes, your relentless endurance.
That's the one.
It's relentless endurance. But yes, you get knocked to the ground. You hear Jet running over to you like, Hector! And you're like, no, it's not your time to be down. And you force yourself up with the orcish blood flowing through you, the part of you don't want to accept, keeping you alive.
Okay. I'm still in the range of that thing, so I'm gonna go over to who's closer.
Well, if you walk away from it, it will have an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh, will it?
Yeah. Which will most likely finish you off.
Okay. Hold action then.
You're gonna hold your action?
Yeah, in case it attacks me.
So, like, defensively holding your action? Are you trying to use the dodge action to, like, not get hit?
Yes.
Would you like to use your bonus action for anything?
Well, I can't heal anyone because they're too far away.
But you can inspire people because you're a bard.
Oh, yeah, I could, couldn't I? Yeah, I'll inspire Jet then. I'll turn to Jet and I'll say, today is not the day that we finish. We have much more to do. Now, go forth and revive our team.
You feel inspired, Jet.
Feel very, very inspired.
Alright, Purple Worm is going to make a bite attack against the dwarf and a tail attack against the dwarf. Bite attack, tail attack, killing dwarfs just for a snack.
What?
25 will hit, 11 will miss.
Yeah.
Needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh boy.
Dwarves are dexterous.
Nope. You watch as the guy with the sword originally is like, no, not again! And is swallowed.
Okay.
The original dwarf who was swallowed, the leader of the dwarves, is once more swallowed into the maw of the giant purple worm. Okay, after the purple worm goes, it is time for Equinox. Your turn.
Come on, Ek.
Yeah, double hand crossbows again.
Go for it. Hit her with your best shot.
Bam,
Come on
bam.
now, hit it with your best shot. Bing, 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 bing. 5 piercing damage. 16 will miss, but the 22 will hit for 5 points of piercing damage, plus your...
Hexblade's Curse, which is +3 bonus damage.
Okay, minus 5. Boom. And Hexblade Curse -3. Hitting it, cursing it, causing it some pain as you do so. Okay, as you take your shot, Equinox, is there anything else you'd like to do? Okay, in that case, then it'll be the dwarves' turn. Let's see if the dwarves can get the hits off.
There's a nat 20 in there.
Let's go.
Yeah, dwarves. Nat 20, nat 1 will miss, 20 will hit, 19 will hit, 19 will hit, so that'll be 1, 2, 3 attacks. 4, 8, 12, so 3d plus 12, then roll 8 plus 4. So we got 8.
37.
Sorry, I should have only rolled 1d8, so 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20, so 40 points of damage total. Minus 29. Which will give me 10, 11 minus 11 off of that. Okay, dwarves are putting in a good punch, hitting it, and their leader is spat back out towards Malik, crashes into the sticks next to Malik, also unconscious.
No, I think you're mistaken. He's unconscious. Malik is dead.
Hideon, I need you to roll me your third death saving throw, please.
I hope he succeeded 1.
To you again.
Yes, please, just to me. Okay, thank you very much, Hideon. Jet, your turn.
Alright, I'm running to Hideon. 1 point of lay on hands. Is he dead?
How many points of lay on hands can you use?
I can use 5 points.
5. Well, that is a second point that you have used to no avail.
He's dead as... He found all 3? Okay.
Yep.
Holy man.
Alright. You've got an action
so
left.
action. Yeah. Can I use my action to also use lay on... Actually, I need to check something. Because it's tails right here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 5 points. I was seeing if I could cure the tail of poison. You're like, boom, you can't poison anyone. Ha!
Ha! You can't poison anyone.
Okay, so it took me 25 feet to get there, it looks like.
Yes, you'd have 5... No, you have 10 feet. It took you 20 feet to get there, so 10 feet to move.
I'd like to get onto the thing.
Onto the caravan?
Onto the caravan. Like, not on top of it, but like on the little, like, what looks like a little step thing.
Oh, that's all broken by Hideon.
Oh,
It was like, that was just shattered when he got hit into it.
Okay, I did not know that. My apologies. I'll move 5, 10 if I can then.
Yep, easy enough.
And then with my action, I'm going to try and hit it with a chromatic orb level 2.
Go for it. Roll to hit.
I'll give her... Oh, that was accidentally an advantage. Give me a sec. Do you want me to re-roll that? Or
Yes, I'll get you to re-roll that.
Apologies for that.
That's okay. It happens. New format, who this?
18 misses.
18.
Unfortunately.
Just explodes just before detonating, the panic setting through, unfortunately, not hitting the purple worm.
That's okay.
Alright. Hector, your turn.
Oh wait, no, can I use my inspiration?
You can, yes, you can use your inspiration.
Oh, let's go.
I mean, you don't need to roll because by having it, you hit.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so that'll hit. Chromatic Orb, level 2, 13 points of damage, using the inspiration fueled by Hector to make the difference. Just make the difference between literally this thing murdering you all and maybe surviving this encounter. As you strike it with your Chromatic Orb, Hector's words seep into you. You know, this is not the time. This is not the time to panic. This is the time to save your companions. And you strike true on this purple worm. Hector, your turn. You feel the inspiration flood back into you, ready to give to a new person. But what is it you would like to do on your turn?
Okay, I want to... Oh, man. So I'm on 1 hit point, so if I attack this thing, it's just gonna hit me and I'm down.
If it does decide to hit you, yeah.
Alright. You only live once. Let's slash at it. Let's do it.
Alright, give it a hit.
nice.
Roll to hit.
Okay. Athletics?
No, you're rolling with your sword. You're hitting it with your sword. You can try and wrestle the giant purple worm if you'd like to.
Oh, not good.
Okay, you'd strike out. Still feeling a little bit weak from being knocked unconscious. Not enough to get any purchase on the purple worm itself. Anything else you'd like to do, Hector?
I'm gonna shout up to Equinox and inspire Equinox.
Okay, what do you say?
I'm gonna say, we're almost there. You can do this. You can take down this purple worm.
Excellent.
Yes, I can.
I need to find my father.
Find the worm.
Maybe the worm knows where my father is. Sweet. Okay, after Hector, purple worm is going to make an attack against the dwarves again, slowly whittling away at your allies. 12 and 22. 12 will miss. He will not eat anybody else, fearing that he'll get brutally curb stomped if he does. But the tail stinger will hit one of the elves. The elf must make. The dwarf, not an elf.
Scotland.
Different. Damn it. He has to make a Constitution saving throw. 5, 6, 7.
All I remember about dwarves is they have like resistance to poison damage. So fingers crossed.
Depends on the dwarf.
I know one certain dwarf.
Yeah, these guys are anti-poison dwarves, right?
Yeah, they're immune actually.
They were born to fight this battle.
Born to fight. This is the battle they were born to fight. You have advantage on... Yeah, no, they have advantage on saving throws against poison. You're right. Completely skipped past that. Still fails, but he has resistance anyway. So he'll take 38 half to 15, 16, 17, 18, 19...
40 points of damage.
40 points of damage. Okay, that dwarf is on 1 hit point.
Oh, God.
He takes the tail through the chest, but just holds it and goes, "Ha! I've got ya!" As he's just sweating profusely and poison is literally spilling out of his chest hole. Okay, after Purple Worm, Equinox, your turn.
Yep, 2 more crossbow shots.
Go for it.
Come on, buddy.
Using inspiration if I have to.
Let's see.
Can I use inspiration at some point?
Yeah, you can. I believe. What level bard are you, Hector?
I am level...
I think you're level 3 bard, aren't you? Level 4 bard. So your inspiration dice is... Unless you have it in your notes.
I remember it, but...
Level 4.
It's a D6, I'm pretty sure.
Inspiration. Yeah, it's still a D6. Alright, you have 1 D6 to add to either the 13 or the 11 Equinox.
13, yep.
Go for it. Roll a D6.
I'm glad you didn't say 11.
You need,
Question mark.
you need to get a 6 to hit. Unfortunately, whiff, miss. Alright. The remaining dwarves will take their turn.
Dwarves MVP.
Alright, we got a hit, miss. 38 plus 12. 30. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of damage!
Sure is.
We sawed a boat in half! Okay. Hefty amount of damage. The purple worm is looking injured. It's looking hurt. It's looking unhappy. After the dwarves' turn.
Yeah, dead.
It is Hideon. Nope. It is Jet.
Hidion's corpse. Hideon, quick, your turn. Oh.
Jet throws Hedion's corpse at the worm.
Guys,
60
get
points
this,
of
I
Do
damage.
something, Jesse! Do something!
Jet, it's your turn.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna do Chromatic Orb at level 1.
Go for it. Hit it with your best shot. Far away.
Oh, sorry, different.
Oh, 16. It's a miss. Hector.
Okay, I want to go at it with a sword again.
Go for it. Hit it.
This sword cost me close to my life to get, and it's not doing me any good.
No. Bonus action, Hector.
Let's inspire Jet.
Okay. Give it a
Okay.
crack.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Purple worm. Here we go. Purple worm is going to attack the dwarves one more time. So miss, and let's see if they can resist. No, that's not how you roll.
It can be.
Okay, it can be. 20,
Why dodge when you could just out-muscle?
15, 18. Will 18 succeed? No, it won't. So he'll take full. Oh no, it's a bite that
It's a
hit.
bite-
Oh, it's
it's
a
a
bite
bite
that
attack,
hit. So
not
he
a
needs to
sting,
make
yeah.
a dexterity saving throw.
It's even worse.
Yeah. Who knows though? Natural 20 minus 1 can succeed. No, it doesn't. Okay, one of them is eaten. Thump. Completely eaten. So there's now 3 dwarves remaining on the field. They're like, no! No, another one! Put it down, you mangy mutt! You mutt!
You mutt, Jesus.
Mutt.
It's still
Mutt, bro. Mutt.
Dwarvish accent. God damn it, you guys. Alright. Equinox, your turn.
Crossbow. Let's go. 2 shots.
Here we go.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
Hey!
Yes!
There you go. Hit those damages. Let's see what we got. 14.
The second one isn't supposed to
Oh,
be
sorry. I clicked that
crit
other
one.
one.
Yeah, click the second one.
My bad.
Oh,
Oh, same.
better, it's fine.
Same thing. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Plus
13,
another 6 from
14,
Hexblade.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 26 points of damage total. Okay. 26 points of damage. And you watch as the purple worm starts flailing and wailing around now. Not enough to eject the previously eaten dwarf, but it does look like it's about to flee. The dwarves are going to do their best. They're going to do their darndest. Oh, they're just like, no! At this point, they're just punching and headbutting and kicking it. Jet.
Okay, it's me and Hector have got our last.
You and Hector. Otherwise, it looks like this thing is about to leave with a dwarf still in its stomach.
Alrighty, Chromatic Orb.
Go for it, Jet. Hit it with that chromatic orb.
At 20, baby.
That's gonna
25.
hit. Yeah, it is. Roll that damage.
Just a question. Hector isn't the kind of bard that, like, lets me added bardic inspiration to damage, is he?
No. Oh!
15.
You you watch as it reaches and slams into the ground and starts just sliding into the hole. Hector,
Yes.
Let's go, Hector.
it is your turn.
Sword.
Wait, before you use your sword, you can he inspire himself?
No, that is a future. That's a subclass.
Damn it.
But he can try his hardest.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, Hector. You try and you slam out towards this creature. Actually, the dwarf is spat out first and foremost. Because of Jet's attack. You strike out towards this creature, Hector. Unfortunately, it does fall back into the hole. It disappears, and you guys can hear the rumbling as it runs away. Far, far away. Now, I mean, you guys can choose to give chase if you want, but I'm assuming you don't want.
Nah.
Okay, we are out of initiative. The dwarves rush over to their 2 unconscious companions.
I rush over to Malik and just trying to, like, I know he's dead in terms of mechanic purposes, but Chet doesn't know that. Chet's gonna try and like resuscitate him.
Doing
Is-
like your CPR.
Can I'm gonna go over to Hideon and see if I can use Cure Wounds.
You try and push the healing magic from your cure wounds into your friend, but it does not register. The body does not accept. Malik, Hideon, could I have you in alpha chat, please?
Okay. Oh. Angel boys.
All right, Angel Boys, Malik and Hideon.
Hello.
Yin and the yang, the polar opposites.
I was literally praying. I'm like, if Hessa can do anything, this would be amazing. So, oh well.
You both find yourself sitting in a very warm and softly lit room. There are no doors in this room. There is a single hearth on the farmost wall. Stone cobbles lace the ground. The walls are wood, a deepish brown colour, keeping the heat in and the cold out. You feel yourselves both sitting in this room in opposite sides of the corner, where the light reaches out and caresses, holds, and takes care of Malik. It is being held back where Hideon sits. Shadows wreath around Hideon's body, his face contorted into a strange look of confusion and pain. His eyes completely bloodshot red, glazed over in a greyish tinge as if he cannot even see where he is. Malik, you sit there feeling homely, calm, relaxed. This is where you've always meant to end up. In a respectable place. Serving alongside your grandmother, your god, your deity, that in which you have given your life to serve. And as you feel Hessa pushing through the hearth, you feel her warm embrace holding on to you. However, you see Hideon. The more the light embraces you, the more the dark fights out towards the hearth, trying to corrupt, turn the hearth from its brightly lit and warm colours to dark and foreboding fire, damaging reds and blues that could threaten to burn this entire sanctuary to the ground. You watch as Tethys and Hessa fight over the boy in front of you. You have been given your warning to stay away from the boy, but in this place right now, you feel the most protected than you ever have. You feel that your life has left your mortal body. However, in this place, you feel no tether to anything.
Can I stand up and walk to Hideon?
Roll me a d20.
I'll GM roll it so they can't see I'm doing stuff.
No, you can roll. It'll be fun to make them panic about why the rolls are happening.
Oh, okay.
That's evil.
Sorry, I'll roll it normally. Just to freak them out. And that one.
Yeah. You try and push yourself against Desi's force, trying to fight back against her animosity, her anger, her hatred. The power of a devil and a god combined. Hideon, you sit there, your body racking with pain. You feel as if, even though you know you have died, you feel as if the poison hasn't left your body. It's burning you from the inside out. Your skin is itchy beyond belief. Your eyes feel like someone's trying to rip them from your head. Your ears, it feels like someone is screeching horrible sounds into your ears. You cannot stand to bear the pain of what's going on right now, and you can see the warmth flowing towards Malik, but you don't know why the warmth won't flow towards you. And you feel two hands reach and wrap around you. Not the warm hands that Malik feels, but the cold hands of someone dragging you away from all that you held dear.
Can I call out to Desi's?
Well, see what Hideon, what are you doing?
I want to break free of those hands and run towards Malik and...
Roll a d20. See if you can break free of the hands.
Oh!
Okay, you manage to pry one of the hands from your body. You cannot get off the ground, but you can reach one of your hands and you're stretching it out across the room to the halfway point where the warmth meets the darkness, meets the cold. You reach out towards Malik with as much strength and power as you can. A natural 20 gets you thus far, but the power that you have accepted is still holding you back. You feel as if it's almost too late to fight back now. This power has been burning and growing inside you, like a tumor that has been accepting more and more energy. The more and more you feed and accept Desi's, the more you did for her, the more you owe her. All of this weighing you down, but you manage to reach out a single hand across the room to the boy in front of you. Seeing now the similarities between you both. The hair, the freckles, the expression, the warmth that once filled you, filling him, the peace that you wished to spread around. But you don't know why he succeeded when you failed. Malik, what are you doing?
As I see him reach out, I just call out in Hideon's direction.
Desi's please. For too long he has done everything you needed. Just let him have this. I will do anything.
Hideon, you hear a whispering voice in your ear. You have failed me for too long, boy. I gave you my power. I gave you everything you wanted. And in return, you did nothing. You are weak. If you cannot fight others with my power, then you will never be able to break free of my bonds. Hideon, you hear Malik calling out to you, and you hear the whispering in your ear, telling you of your failure, telling you that you aren't strong enough, that you're not good enough.
I am going to, with all my power, with all my anger, with all my might, I want to essentially break free of Desi's grapple.
Roll me a d20 with disadvantage.
How do I do disadvantage? Sorry.
Just roll twice. So a 3 or... Yes. Use your anger. Let it feed you. Be malicious. Be angry. This I can use where you have failed. Feed me more. And you feel as your hand starts getting dragged back into the dark corner. You feel as multiple needles are injected into each of your pores, pain racking through your body. It's as if every fiber of hair on your body was a singly lit flame, burning each part, scorching your skin. You can see your skin slowly starting to turn red, more and more, going from red, orange to black as your skin blackens at the arm as you reach out towards Malik. You scream out to Desi's, and you also hear a whispering in your ear. The boy is nothing. You can leave this place. You can leave him behind. He is worthless. He is a weight on your shoulders. He will bring you down. You will die by his hands, just like his family did. He will kill you and betray you like he killed and betrayed his family. Malik, you hear this now. What are you doing?
I close my eyes for a second and I just pray because I feel Hessa's embrace going.
Here's our family. Please give me strength.
And then I'm gonna walk towards. I'm gonna push with all I can to get. I'm gonna try and hug Hideon to like because use Hess's embrace on me to try and
Roll a d20 with advantage.
cover him. Nat 20.
Okay. You stand up and you stand at the precipice. You see Hidion's arm being drawn back into the shadows. At this point, you can see the shadows have taken form into hundreds of small baby hands, each one reaching out and grasping Hidion. You look at them, and each of these hands, for some reason, these are the hands of people that Hidion has killed. Infants, teenagers, adults, old people. All these hands reaching out to grab him and drag him back. You don't know why, you don't know how, you don't know if it was by his own choice that he killed these people, but these hands are reaching out to take their revenge and draw him in. But you step through into the darkness. The warmth completely leaves your body, but you know that if the warmth is not there, it doesn't mean that it isn't present. It doesn't mean that Hessa is not watching or supporting your actions. You crouch down next to Hidion, and you wrap your arms around his body shaking and racking with pain, tears flowing freely from his eyes, but not water, blood, dropping to the ground, red droplets of his own blood coming out of his eyes and onto the ground as he looks at you. A frightened animal, scared, not knowing what to do, but fighting back against whatever is struggling to hold him there. And you embrace him. Hidion, you feel Malik hug you. It is cold at first, foreign, but unlike before, you two do not take damage or explode apart. It's almost as if two magnets have been reversed and instead of being pressed apart are now being drawn together. Two halves of this yin and yang hold now forming a whole. As you guys come together, you feel the pain disappear slightly, Hidion. Desi's embrace slowly pulling away, but not fully. No, you will not take him from me. He is my prize. He accepted me. He made a deal with a god. Hidion.
As that happens, can I close my eyes and think back to a time when I was a child and I was with my parents? You know, the happiest memory, the absolute happiest memory that I have as a child with my parents, where there was no anger, there was no confusion, there was no Desi's, it was just all happiness, and focus on that one memory, leaving her power.
It's strange. You can't picture your mother's face. No matter how hard you try, you're not sure why. You can see your dad clearly in these memories. You can feel them fondly, but you can't see your mother's face. But for some reason, as soon as Malik hugged you, the same warmth that came through your body when your mother once held you as an infant is flowing through you now. And both of you immediately feel a presence behind you and you hear a voice. Leave my children alone, Desi's. You see standing in front of the hearth an angel gilded in gold, her skin a deep, deep tan brown color, golden freckles, blonde hair streaked with red tied back into a warrior's braid, wings sprouted behind her back, almost pressing against the tips of this 15-foot room. You see her stern expression looking towards you both, but you feel the stern expression is not for you, it is beyond you, beyond your realm of comprehension. Instead, you feel warmth coming from her, and you both recognize this face as a face you've never remembered, but a face both familiar to both of you. She steps forward and she plunges her spear into the ground, and you feel warmth surrounding you, Hidion.
Okay, I accept that with every bit of my body, my mind, and I want to go towards it. I just want to go towards it with all the strength that I have.
Malik, you can feel Hidion trying to move towards this figure. What are you doing?
Because I knew my mother, do I recognize her
You
to be
do.
that person?
You do. In your memories, it is no face, but you remember all the memories fallen, much like Hideon does. It for some reason though, the face is always blurred. It is like no matter how hard you try, you just can't picture it until now. And you look at this figure, and you clearly feel every happy moment and memory you've ever had wash over. You can't help but have tears brought to your eyes just from the presence of this person before you.
If that's the case, I'm gonna... If Hidion's trying to move towards it, I'm gonna push Hideon behind me, stand up, and use my Radiant Soul to sort of like have Hideon behind me and use my wings to sort of protect him from Desi's.
Both of you roll me a d20 with advantage.
$19.
Okay. And Hideon? Hideon, you roll me d20s. Excellent. 12 and...
Oh, sorry, one sec. Yep.
Okay. Malik, you can't get him behind you, but you can hold him still. You grab him and you hold him, and your wings sprout from behind your back. Gloriously golden and gilded like your mother's, but instead where your mother's are real, material wings. Feathered wings with an aura. These wings are just the aura, not yet as strong as your mother's, but still with the same guidance and pressure of this intensity that she is giving. She looks down and places her hand on your shoulder, Malik. She is 2 times the size of you. I am proud of you, my child. Do not let your brother falter. Take care of him. She crouches by you, Hideon, wipes the blooded tears from your eyes and looks you in the face. Hideon, my child, these are not choices that you made. These are not lives that you need to hold on to. These are not regrets that you need to bear. This is not your fault. Do not accept it as your fault. Go with your brother. Trust him. Learn from him. Teach him. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, I understand.
She stands up and starts walking past you both towards the darkness where their hands are. She turns back at you and gives you a soft smile. The smile is sad. She's happy to see you, but there's something more to her smile. She slams her spear once more into the ground, and all of the hands, severing Hideon from Desi's, but immediately latch onto your mother. They grab her at the arms, the legs, the wings. You watch as her wings start to burn with visceral fire. Feathers start dropping off and falling to the ground. She doesn't contort her face into pain, and although she starts crying and blood flows freely from her eyes, she smiles at both of you. She looks at you. You need not watch this. Use your wings and take your brother far from here. Do you understand, Malik?
I wipe away a tear as I nod in that direction, and I will grab Hideon and pull him away.
As you do, you feel the hearth beckoning you, almost trying to pull you into its radiant flame, as your mother holds herself firm and strong, standing there, holding off Desi's, fighting back against her, giving herself instead of her children. The hearth pulls you even further, closer and closer. You get closer and closer to the radiant flames. Boys, what are you doing? There are no doors, there are no windows. You didn't see where your mother came from. The only thing in this room are the walls, the floor, the hearth, and the corner in which your mother is slowly being torn apart, her angelic and celestial form being completely destroyed.
I am going to look at Hideon.
It's time we go home.
And then I'm going to pray to Hessa, asking where she needs us now, and what we can do.
The hearth just continues to glow, beckoning you towards it.
I'm gonna look back and look one more time and try and remember everything about my mother as I can.
She gives you a silent nod and smiles.
And then I'm gonna forcefully push Hideon and myself to the hearth.
You both dive towards the fire, expecting the burning, scalding hot embers to wreath your skin in pain. However, it is warm and accepting, inviting. It pulls you through the fire, into light. Blinding light. You feel your bodies shooting in a direction of movement, but because you cannot see where you're going, it's almost sickening. And then everything stops and goes dark. Alright, we'll head back in the general.
Like, broadsword plus Rite of Storm.
Hello, team.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what happened, but we've just been memeing on this side.
You guys watch as both Malik and Hideon's bodies, where they are, where you're standing, within the matter of 5 minutes, start to dissolve. And eventually disappear.
What do they dissolve into?
They just disappear.
So, like, is it like a "don't, oh no, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good," or like
A little bit. It's like golden glittering ash, much like the freckles that both the boys seem to kind of have. It's kind of like this gold ash that glitters to the ground before it disappears.
Kneel and do a quick prayer then to the Raven Queen, just praying for their safe passage.
Does anyone have a jar? Try and get them. No, yeah, I'll be serious. This is happening. I'll also like kneel down and just like, not really a god in particular, just kind of hope that where they're going, they're safe.
You also feel, each of you, a small chunk of sickness within your chests be removed. Whatever hold Desi had on you guys previously, whatever you guys had owed her, has been replaced, and you no longer have the boon of Desi's. So your paladin or warlock level, whatever it is that you guys took as the boon of Desi's, is no longer there, but you no longer feel controlled or guided by Desi's pull.
Okay. Alrighty, we'll do that after the end.
And as you guys pray and mourn over your friend's passing, we will pick up this game next Saturday.
I have to watch this stream back now and watch.
I hate you, Connor. I hate you. I love and hate you.
For a week.
Oh my gosh.
Frick! I'm so confused.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you all for coming by. We've got a lot to organize before next week's game, obviously. First and foremost is people knowing what their spells do and what their characters can do. But with that bombshell at the end and with the uncertainty of what happened, we will bid you adieu. I hope you guys stay safe, look after each other, love your friends and your families, take care of yourselves. And we'll see you guys for the Kingsmen next Saturday.
But also we'll see you for SAO.
Yes, and also see you for SAO on Tuesday. But yeah, bye guys.
Take care everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Catch you later.